Just want to throw out
But yeah.
Charizard. There is another mega that's sitting, depending on where you're looking, in roughly the same spot. And that is Mega Floette, which is, if you've played Pokemon Legends E8, you know Mega Floette is only available via Pokemon Legends EA, and oh my gosh, is it like wild? I like the stats on Mega Floette are insane to me. Hey, welcome to the Puckle Podcast. I'm your host, Trainer Thatch, and we've got a great show for you today. We get to talk a lot more about Pokemon Champions, the meta, the way we think things are shaking out, some of our favorite things that maybe aren't super popular to play with. There's a lot in this episode, from Mega Scovillain talk to Mega Charizard talk, unfortunately, and a lot more. So yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already. The only announcement I have this week is you should definitely come to our stream this week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, April 29th, because we're going to be opening up our merch drop at puclpodcast-shop.fourthwall.com because they would not take my money. The website was broken and they wouldn't let me add a custom domain name. But we will definitely be there, and we can't wait to see you guys either. So come if you want to check out some of the cool merch we've got. That's going to be open until, I believe, May 19th, so you can purchase whatever you want to purchase. If we get $200 in sales, we'll keep up some of that stuff permanently, but if not, it goes in the vault, and maybe it'll come back soon. But yeah, that's everything I've got. Until next time, well, not until next time, but hopefully you enjoy this show, and you're ready for it, so buckle up for another exciting episode.
Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, Puckle Podcast.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
Welcome to another episode of the Poké Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, and today I'm joined by our wonderful co-host, the one and only R Sigma. Not R Sigma.
Hiya, papaya. Hiya, papaya.
It's late. And welcome to the show also, Sharkfinnigan.
Oh.
And we're here today to bring you another wonderful episode of the Puckle Podcast. I'm your host, Trainer Thatch, as I already said. But welcome to the Puckle Podcast. Puckle, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007. Yes, I almost said 2005, which is a lie. 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon, from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And yeah, I mean, today's probably like video game heavy, but I haven't been doing anything but video game. I'm going to be honest. I've played a lot of Champions, and I've been trying to finish my run in Fire Red this week. I'm almost there. I made it to the Elite Four, and then I was just like, man, I didn't grind ever, and that is kind of a bummer in Fire Red.
I mean, I didn't grind either. I just forced it with my level.
Yeah.
The only thing above level 50 was my Jinx.
Oh, I have nothing even close. So the problem is I jumped in, and my team was like level 43. Wait,
that was the rest of my team. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well, let's jump in. Let's try it out, guys.
Replaying the game made me realize how nice it was to use trade Pokemon, because
yes,
that extra experience goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. Well,
oh my gosh, it's like you just learn so much of like, oh yeah, these are all the quality of life things we want. Why are we complaining again?
That and like, well, honestly, outside of the Elite Four, I feel like the game's pretty balanced in terms of experience gained and whatnot. I really do think it's very, very balanced in terms of the encounters. Like if you just do the trainers, like you're most of the way there actually.
Yeah, you are. I would argue that Leaf Green is probably the better game between the two, just because you get trade Nidoking.
That's fair.
And trade XP on Nidoking makes Nidoking such a monster.
I can believe that, actually.
Oh yeah, I can believe that.
Nidoking is pretty good. And just in general, like the game is very, very balanced. I don't know. Like it's just so balanced. I don't know
up until the Elite Four. The Elite Four is the Elite Four needs a little bit of grinding, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, if it were just a little bit lower, I think you could pull off the like the Pokemon Heart Gold, or not Heart Gold, Soul
Yeah,
Silver,
but we're like
Gold Silver
Johto.
thing. Yeah.
Johto levels is what we're looking for.
Well, okay, so Johto itself, I think even under levels you to get to that Elite Four. And I think it's fine because, especially in Gen 1 and 2, you have stat experience, which is a completely different animal compared to EVs and IVs that we have in Gen 3. And because stat experience, for those of you at home, that was like the precursor to EVs. And stat experience there was no cap for each individual, for like your total amount you could earn. And so you could just max out every stat with stat experience. And it's such a hefty crutch that you could use where your level 40 Pokemon will probably be better than level 50 Pokemon as long as you've played the game with them. So that's really cool because there's been this shift in Pokemon games throughout the years, in my experience, where we've gone from a game where if you're rewarded for keeping the same Pokemon for as long as you can to a game where it's very easy to swap out your team members. And I think I've said it on the show before. I don't know which one's better and which one's worse.
That is a really good question for her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I want to be able to use new Pokemon certain times, be able to add to team and bring them up to level.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do in a game like Fire Red.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, anything before XP candies back at, well, actually,
no. It's farther than
no.
that.
I would say
Like
Gen 5 was the real shift because you have Audino.
Audino
really
Elves was still
does a lot.
grinding.
But it's faster, and you have a lot of the start of the quality of life changes to things.
The quality of
Gen
life took
6 for
so
sure.
long.
Gen 5, though, I think you can kind of say it's easy enough to get an Audino grind to get it up with double grass too.
It's like, it's not like, I think Gen 8 is when getting Pokemon stronger really became super easy. Gen 7, you kind of have it if you invest in the, well, you can't anymore with the online features. There's there's like the food stall that gives you levels based on what level it is. It's like, oh, you can get like 8 levels immediately, 9 levels immediately, once per day. Like you could use that, but it's not common and you can't do it anymore. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed this lately when I've been playing it. But I mean, I've also been playing Champions. I've been like coaching Ryan of Hi Ryan fame. Via text message. Hi Ryan. Via text message because he has never played competitive Pokemon before. And it's kind of been a super wild ride. Learning, I don't know, like this was one thing. I usually take a second to like kind of see myself as the ultra Pokemon fan that I am now. And I try to contextualize that, and I try to be good about being like, man, this is good for new players, blah, blah, blah. This is bad for old players or stuff like that. And when working with him through this project, it made me realize how far off I was on what like the general players were.
I've noticed that watching people start to learn the game too. It's like, oh, this is all stuff that I took for granted because I've known it since Gen 5.
Yeah, like the amount of competitive knowledge that's so baked into me, I didn't realize how much it was. Because
like, oh, this is not new player friendly at all.
Well, it's not even that.
And this is like a slice of it.
Yeah, well, like he asked me because in our like Pokemon Go group chat, I sent out my Pokemon Champions friend code so I can be friends with my IRL friends. And I still haven't done this with Puckle. But I did it with them and I was just like, okay, I want to see. And so Ryan friended me and he saw that I'd already hit Master Ball in both VGC and singles. And he's like, how did you do that? He's like, you need to tell me what happened. And so I sent him like one of the super basic teams I've been running for VGC that I think is pretty meta. It's like an Aerodactyl Sneasler lead, which I still think is doing pretty okay. At least at time of recording, by the way, it could change by Monday at the rate that the meta has been changing.
It might just because there's a 10K person tournament.
Yeah.
That might blow up the meta.
Yeah, the meta is going to be a little bit different. And but yeah, like I sent him this team. It was a Mega Floette team. because Mega Floette is just good, and we'll talk about that later, obviously. But it was a Mega Floette team, and I sent it to him, and the first text message he sends back to me after he builds the team in his game is he goes, "What does Combine do?" And I was like, "Oh no, this is where we're at. Oh no, people haven't used non-damaging moves. Oh no."
Yeah, no, because there's no reason to in the story.
Yeah, people haven't used really non-damaging moves before. We're so far behind. I don't even know where to start.
No, it baffles me that Ultra Necrozma was allowed to be in the mainline game and not like post-credits super boss.
So
because
real.
it is a post-credits super boss of difficulty. It's a knowledge check.
Yeah.
And I don't think most players get that knowledge check.
No, I was legitimately looking at, I just saw that message and I was like, oh no. And then he's been asking me questions and stuff. And then I also just realized just how much institutional knowledge I have in that I understand what certain Pokemon just do from playing over like the past. I've been playing competitive Pokemon since 2007 in some form or another. I mean, I kind of skipped Gen 8 and Gen 9 to some extent, but I've played enough of it to know what's going on, right? And know what certain Pokemon do. And then he's like, I'm just getting wrecked by all these Trick Room teams. I go, well, you just don't Tailwind in Trick Room and you're probably fine. You just click Rock Slide on Aerodactyl and you hope. And he was just like, well, how was I supposed to know the Slow King was going to Trick Room? I'm like, well, it is called Slow King.
It is a lot of knowledge to know what is going to Trick Room. And it's really tricky when the Mimikyu is the one that does it.
Yeah,
or the Gardevoir is the one that does it.
Yeah, I just have
because
so
most
much...
of them make sense. It's like the Giraffe.
Yeah.
The Giraffe is going to Trick Room. The Oranguru is going to Trick Room. But
yeah, exactly.
like, you never know if the Mimikyu is going to Trick Room or the Gardevoir is going to Trick Room.
Yeah.
But for real, like that knowledge of what Pokemon do is really the big first hurdle for new players.
Yeah, it's
once
the
you kind
biggest
of
thing.
have, once you know that what they are supposed to do, then you can actually start to really make decisions and be like, what do you need to do next?
Yep.
And start making predictions and things like that.
Yeah, like you need to know what you can't intimidate.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
an important part too. It's like if they have a Milotic and a King Gambit, probably don't want to intimidate.
I realize there's just so much that I can get by looking at team preview that other people can't.
Yeah,
that is very surprising. And so it's kind of actually, I saw an argument on Twitter today, and then this is probably the last story, and that we could just jump right into the show. But I saw an argument on Twitter, or not really an argument, but a point that was brought up on Twitter today, where somebody was talking about open team sheets at competitions, because it was revealed recently that at the Indianapolis Regionals, the first regional that's going to have Pokemon champions, that open team sheets are still a thing. And for those of you at home, what this means, especially if you've never played competitive Pokemon, either at a tournament or anything else, open team sheets were a thing that came about in Pokemon VGC just because terrestrialization was so oppressive and so unpredictable. Like, terrestrialization broke the game to some extent.
They also forgot to put box lock in. Like, you just couldn't lock into a box, which they were able to do every game beforehand. So
yeah, and I don't know why they took that away, but either way,
because it was released unfinished. But that's
a whole other thing. But I look at terrestrialization and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Terrestrialization needs open team sheets. But they're revealing it for Pokemon Champions, where you can again lock in your team probably for your tournament or whatever. Maybe not. Maybe they took that out, just like Scarlet and Violet. But I think it does like make the game not as fun, because there is a lot of like figuring out what your opponent's Pokemon actually do in VGC. Like, I remember the tournament that I went to in Collinsville Regionals in 2018. Thatch tells this story all the time. But I remember in my first match, I was playing a person, and all I remember from that match is this Ferrothorn. And I had run so many calcs for that tournament, and I knew the damage spreads that I should expect from a Ferrothorn. And I saw this Ferrothorn come out, and it did way more damage than I expected. And it was because it was because this guy came in and brought a choice band Ferrothorn. And because of this, I was able to figure out that, oh man, this is choice banded Ferrothorn. So now it's locked into Power Whip. This Ferrothorn is not scary anymore. And this, like, the fact that I know it's choice banded, I know it's not scary. Now I'd be able to read that on the sheet, and it's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah, I'm of two minds about it, just because what happens is like the top players are all friends and they share the information.
Yep.
So it puts new players at a disadvantage anyway.
I do agree with that.
I think there's probably a compromise where it could be like TCG, where it's like closed sheet for
until you get to top
day one,
yeah,
open team sheet for top cut, and maybe day
Yeah.
two.
I could see
like
that. I could see that. The only
But
reason
I do think surprise factor is important. And I like that part of the game. I like scouting.
Yeah.
Scouting is an important skill that has been lost on this generation.
Well, the only reason I'm kind of against it is because I think if you play on ladder, it kind of gives you this false sense of confidence that you've learned how to play VGC and you go to the tournament, right? Because I kind of feel the same way about open team sheets as I do just playing TCG live and then going to an IRL tournament to play TCG. Because those are two very different experiences, in my opinion. And if you were to go and play open team sheet VGC versus just laddering on champions, I think those are two different games.
100%.
And my worry is that you get a lot of people who are really excited about champions who haven't played competitive before, but they're like, man, I'm going to go play champions at Pokemon regionals. And they go and they're just like, wow, that kind of sucked. That's not what I expected with the open team sheet, everything. So I don't know. It's a weird feeling because I also agree maybe it should happen. So you can't be surprised if you're a newer player, right? Like my buddy Ryan could go and he could see that and be like, oh, these two Pokemon know Trick Room. I know to watch out for them if they come into play. Right. When on ladder, he doesn't have that information. And so I'm of two minds. I don't know which is the right one, which is the wrong one, but we should see. We'll see. Maybe I would love to see the experiences of people who have not gone to regionals before and are newish to VGC after playing a lot of champions and go play in the Indianapolis regional or NAIC and see what they have to say. I'd be curious in those opinions. And I guess it's only like a month and a half away and we'll have that information. So I just really, I'm looking forward to that info.
Like, I understand not changing it with just 2 events left in the season.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do for next year in Worlds, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Worlds I kind of expect open team sheets still, but that's a whole other thing.
I mean, we'll see what Japan does because Japan probably won't. And then, like I said, it's a new game, so they might have more pull with Worlds. We'll see.
Exactly. Well, also Champions is a game as a service as well. So if it didn't have box lock, which it did at least for like the tournament online, which even Scarlet and Violet had.
I think it might have it. There's something on the front screen too. But I think
even if it doesn't,
tournaments are run through that tournament thing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Indianapolis is putting that tournament code in, and that's how you play.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll see how it works. But
even if it doesn't, though, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. They can always add it in. Much like I think they're going to add in 6v6 singles at some point one day.
There's a reason there's not any Champions tournaments officially for 2 months almost.
Yeah, well, I believe maybe 6 months to a year in, we finally get like real champions. I do think it's also going to require us to see a shift in like, hey, we added some Pokemon for this new format. I think that's going to be required as well. Because I think they're going to do more tournaments with fun little rules. Because honestly, we already got in April two like major tournaments, which is kind of crazy.
I mean, they weren't anything special yet.
No.
Like one is the Japanese qualifier for nationals, and the other one was just like, hey, just play the game. I don't know.
I'm also a big fan of them giving out Pokemon as prizes. That is the one thing that I think most of the tournaments in Scarlet and Violet just never did was give out Pokemon as prizes. And I'm a big fan.
I really, really wish that they went through home, but I understand why not.
No, they're doing it in Champions because a Pokemon.
I understand.
A Pokemon.
I wish they went to home so you could take them to other games, but also they encourage you to transfer them into Champions.
Yeah, but I think having them in Champions is fine. It's just a quality of life feature at this point, and that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
It's a nice quality of life feature, even if it's not a bonus
exactly
thing like Shiny Tapu Koku, what they did in the past.
Yeah. Well, they could still do Shiny's Pokemon too, right? Like they could still do that.
Oh, true, but you want to
I would
flex
hope
it off
those
in other
would go
games.
through home.
Mhm.
That would be my hope. Is if they ever do a shiny Victini or something. It's like
Yeah.
go through home and then be able to transfer it in.
I think that's kind of stuff, sure. But if it's just like a Venusaur, that's fine. Like,
Yeah, I don't care about like the 50th Venusaur in my account. Okay, sure, whatever.
But yeah. All right, guys, that was our break into the topic, or almost.
That was the topic preview.
That was a topic preview. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kick it on over to the news. We got some things to talk about, so we're gonna kick it on over to that and check out some awesome news. Welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a few things to talk about. Boy, oh boy, are you a Twitch fan? Because Twitch Rivals, that thing that I really know a lot about, is going to be having Pokemon Champions on it. They're going to feature Pokemon Champions. Wowza.
Ooh.
That's something, right? Right, Shark? Just exciting. What is...
Now we get to see general people play.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Just
like,
us PokeTubers.
What is...
Who are they bringing in?
What is the point? I feel like Pokemon's marketing team is just like riding the struggle bus, guys. Like I
feel this might be Twitch wanting it, but I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
They do a lot of it for these new games.
I just want to know
who
who
knows
this
if
is
it's even
for.
singles or doubles. I don't know. They gave us
I would
no
assume
information
doubles. I would assume it'd have to be doubles.
It has to be doubles, right? But like, who plays it on Twitch Rivals? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
I mean, you usually get like
I don't know what Twitch
some
Rivals is.
Big to big streamers playing it usually.
So like people who aren't even good at this.
Smallerish ones, but
okay. And then in more exciting news, we've got Pokemon ornaments on the Hallmark store. Oh boy, oh boy. You can get these really cool Umbreon and Espeon Christmas ornaments, and you can get all the Pokeballs as well. Actually, the Pokeballs are kind of good looking. I'm not gonna lie. Man, why are they so expensive? Are they made out of like unbreakable material?
It's Hallmark. Just
Licensing.
wait for get a coupon or something.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Coupons are the correct answer, I think. But yeah, you can celebrate your holiday.
The tree skirt is pretty cool, though.
The tree skirt is probably the best part. Not gonna lie. You can get your Christmas tree skirt at Hallmark as well, and it's got all the Pokemons on it, all the ones that matter to Nintendo, except for Charizard. They've got Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu, Bulbasaur, and Eevee. All of the Kanto starters. Don't
show it to Bo. He's just gonna frame it onto his wall.
Yeah, right. Maybe Bo will watch this in like 6 weeks and he'll be like, whoa, I gotta buy these. And that's right when they'll be available in July. So he'll be just on time. Feel seen, Bo. Feel seen. All right, we're gonna skip to Shark.
All right. So first, the global challenge is the weekend for Pokemon Champions and gives you a Venusaur playing 3 games.
Yep.
There's also a special focus scouting banner with 30 VGC Pokemon alongside Feraligatr and Emboar.
That's neat. I like that. The only thing I saw about the roster of the 30 Pokemon that they've kind of shrunken us down to for the banner is people are just like, but why is Sandaconda there?
They put everything that puts weather up on there.
I know.
That's why.
I think Sandaconda's fine. It'll be fine, guys.
Stop making fun of Sandaconda.
He's fine.
He didn't do anything wrong.
I'll say this. I saw a video.
I saw that
where
video.
someone made in a completely
I saw that. I know exactly which video you're talking about.
That completely awful bright powder minimized Sandaconda.
Don't tell our fans that because I want to play that. I want to play it. No, I liked his answer because in the video he said, "I built a team in 2024 with a bright powder Pokemon and tried to play with evasion, and I played with it. I made the video. I just felt gross. It felt cheap. It felt bad. So I even though I took weeks to make the footage, I just didn't release the video." And then he said, and then I went and played Pokemon Champions. And then I played the same 4 teams over and over again. Sneasler, Incineroar, all these Pokemon, just over and over again. He goes, and you know what? If you're not going to change up what you're doing, I'm taking my gloves off, you know? Taking the gloves off. I'm going to town. Yeah, it was a fun team, but it is definitely like it is a one trick pony. That is for sure.
I am very glad that we don't have a Alolan Muck or Smeargle or anything super annoying yet.
I'm curious what happens to Smeargle when it finally gets added, because does it just get access to every move? Like, is that what happens?
That sounds I don't know what they're gonna do with Smeargle. That's gonna be
a
a weird
really
one.
good question.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious.
You got to sketch your moves over in casual battles.
Yeah. Yeah, global challenge. I'm excited. I mean, I'm going to sign up for all these tournaments because if they give me a Pokemon, I'm calling it a win.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, Shark, take us to your next favorite game.
All right, Pokopia. Sableye is going to be added to the game.
Yay.
Just like the Hoppip event, it'll have a bunch of like special resources, these red gems that you have to go and collect, and you can exchange for some cool gear. A lot of gems, 10, just kind of like mining, camping vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun little event that you get for a Sableye, one of our favorite Pokemon from one of our favorite co-hosts.
Yep, that's true. That's true. All right, Sigma, keep us going.
Yay. All right, Pokemon Go news. From the 28th to the 4th, we have the Steeled Resolve event. It adds Earthworm Gym to the game in 3-star rates, just like I think all the other Titans are in 3-star rates in the game. So
I think so.
Yeah. Its shiny comes with it too. So you don't even have to wait for that for like 2 years or however long it would take. We also have shiny Meltan available during the event. If you're still a Meltan hunter, good for you. And also, if you have reached part 4 of your shiny DNC research, you can look forward to Nosepass spawns because you need 100 rock types.
Wow.
Okay.
You got some TCG news?
We got some TCG news. TCG Live updated this past week, and now when you import decks, you can click the max rarity option, and it'll up the rarity when you, instead of having to go through and change the rarity every time you import a new deck.
That's cool.
Nice. It's nice.
I can imagine.
And then the new Pocket set has been announced. Pulsing Aura. It's actually coming out later today.
Cool.
Because it's Golden Week in Japan this week. So it doesn't come out like the usual. I think it's Wednesday they usually come out. So
interesting.
It comes out Monday night instead. So it's great.
Well, cool.
It has Mega Lucario, Mega Sceptile, Vaporeon finally got its EX. So all evolutions have an EX now. It looks good, unlike a lot of the recent sets. So, that's cool.
That is neato.
Awesome.
All right. And then we've got a little bit of Puckle news to hit up. We're going to go on over to my notes. Actually, before Puckle news, Puckle news. Badge Bonanza this month is TCG Live. That ends, though, well, not by the next episode. But yeah, this is the last week for it. Yeah.
So I want to say we're probably waiting till M2 to start the next one, so it's fine.
Yeah, you can just keep playing. Rotation just happened, and they offered a variety of reasonable decks to all players. We even have a video going over the starter decks made by Sigma. And then, of course, we've got our weekly VGC tournament happening at Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to jump into that, go over to our Discord server at puclpodcast.com. If you win, you get a $5 eShop card. And if you play all of your rounds, you get signed up and you can get a random $5 eShop card. You don't even have to win. You just have to play. So go over, puclpodcast.com. And then finally, and everybody's favorite news segment, Wo-Chien's News Corner. News brought to you at a snail's pace. 10 years ago this week, Lance's Dragonite was given to participants of the Kanto Classic. Don't hurt me. And we got a 3DS theme for the fake Pokemon Ash Greninja. That's true. What is Ash Greninja? Nobody knows. No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows.
The anime got rid of it, so
yeah. Oh, also, one last piece of Puckle news for those of you who don't listen to Future Thatch at the beginning of the episode. We've got at the end of this week or not at the end of this week, but on Wednesday, April 29th, if you come to stream at pucldiscord.com, you can be part of our merch drop live. We're going to be running a limited merch drop over on our shop, which has a URL that I'm very aware of in the intro and will be in the show notes. And you can go over there, and we're going to be doing a limited drop until May 19th, where you can go ahead and pick up a variety of Puckle merch. We've got the Puckle logo, classic. If we actually sell enough of the merchandise, we'll keep that up on the store forever. And you can buy that whenever. But for everything else is going to end on March 19th, including a flying type Whimsicott design. That's really sick. We've got hoodies, t-shirts. We're going to do a canvas for that one. There's stickers for everything as well. We're going to have a really cool green Tauros logo. Those are pretty neat. It's actually really nice. Additionally, we're going to also have like a Puckle sports logo, like if you were playing in the Puckle team in Galar. So we're very excited about all of these. So definitely check that out. You can come on stream and buy them live when we launch it. But if not, you have until May 19th to pick up those designs. And I get to see if people will actually buy Puckle merch after telling me they want to buy Puckle merch. But yeah, if we sell something like $200 in merchandise, I'll probably keep the Puckle stuff up. So hope people buy $200 in Puckle merchandise. But yeah, with that, guys, that has been the news. So we're going to kick things on over to our topic. Welcome to our topic. Our topic today is the top 5 / top whatever mega evolutions we see in Pokemon Champions, or we think there are as well. This is kind of opinion, but also factually based. We went ahead and we pulled the statistics for the top 5 Pokemon from a couple of different mega evolutions from a couple of different places. And we wanted to talk about them because there's a lot of interest because we've got people like Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Who don't understand the basics of competitive Pokemon, which is fine. And the 3 of us have been playing competitive Pokemon for God knows how long. And we just have a lot of that knowledge. And we wanted to take a moment just to kind of talk about those Pokemon, talk about why they're good, why they're doing well, things that kind of balance them out, how we feel about some of these Pokemon being in the position they are, and maybe some Pokemon at the end that we think are underrated, not in the top 5 based on statistics, and could be really fun and good to use. And yeah, so I do want to start this conversation off, though, by letting everybody know that we're basing this off of usage statistics. So this comes from a number of tournaments, like number of different places, even Pokemon Showdown, where they just grab how many people are using these Pokemon. Usage statistics do not necessarily mean these are the best Pokemon. These are not the right Pokemon. There are a number of tournaments that are won by Pokemon that are not the most used Pokemon or in any meta. So just kind of throwing that out there. But these are the Pokemon that people are using, which means that is the meta.
And it's what you have to think about when you're building a team, when you're picking a team.
Yep. And by talking about the megas, we're naturally going to be able to talk about Pokemon that naturally support them. And that means it's going to be a better conversation. So if you're into Pokemon Champions, this is for VGC specifically, not singles, as was probably all of our bread and butter until recently. And we're going to talk about that for a little while. And you're going to be like, why should we listen to you guys? None of you have tournament results. And I would like to remind everybody of my very, very important top 16 results in Collinsville in 2018.
Hey, I had like a 22 win streak.
That's true.
Getting into Master Ball.
Yeah.
But
there's also, and so somebody in the comments right now is like, why does Thatch brag about his 2018 result? Even though it's called sarcasm. I apologize. I don't actually think that I'm good at Pokemon. Ryan actually just texted me asking me a question right now. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
So
we're gonna jump into it because we have the list of the top 5. So I want to get in and talk about them just a little bit. So number 1 on the usage list, and this is 1A and 1B because I think they're tied depending. They flop. These are the only 2 that kind of flop positions depending on which database you use to calculate the usage statistics. And we're going to start with Mega Charizard Y so I can get that out of the way and not have to talk about Charizard later today.
There's no escaping Charizard.
I know. Tell me about it, though. So Mega Charizard is doing fantastic. It is like one of the better Pokemon in Pokemon Champions because Sun is always good. Mega Charizard Y has the Drought ability, which sets Sun, and it has a super high special attack, and it has access to a lot of moves that make it okay in Sun, like Solar Beam and Heat Wave and Weather Ball. Yeah, it's got a lot of moves that benefits from it. So I think Charizard's doing pretty okay, and most of them are running max special attack, max speed, and you're going burr. Because 100 base speed is actually a pretty decent speed tier. 159 special attack is a lot of special attack.
Yep.
It is very strong. I think for the longest time, everyone would use the Charizard Y's overheat in the sun is like, this is a lot of damage.
Yes.
And now we have Chiyu to say that. But, before Chiyu.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. It was the first Chi-Yu, when you do those big stats. But I mean, spread moves are good. Heat Wave in the sun, very good.
Yeah, it's almost as good as Eruption.
I'm actually surprised to see that Modest is more popular than Timid. That feels weird.
I don't know. Okay, so my worry about looking at the statistics for this, especially in Pokemon Champions itself, I have a lot of mixed feelings because I don't know with the number of players there are now that just because it's the most used means that it's the best and more.
It's like I would expect Timid because 100 is a very contentious speed.
Yes, exactly. And
but this counter argument here, when you hit the recruit button, you get the Charizard, and the Charizard's Modest or Adamant. It's just what you get from the actual recruitment. It's the default because it's it's a good ability.
I think it's random.
Modest is a good nature. Your best
Modest is good. Timid is better.
Special attack. I agree. Timid's probably better, but that's more on champions recruiting I think newer people like I'm going to throw Ryan up might not think to switch to Timid.
Yeah.
They would think, oh, special attack's good. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And generally you're probably fine in the lower tiers. It's just when you start to go into that Master Ball tier.
Yeah.
Where you start pulling the teams from all the VGC players you see on the internet, or you really have to start building against those people. Timid matters more.
The ones that I get genuinely a little bit worried about are probably I'm more worried after Indianapolis and NAIC when those teams do well, because people will be able to see those teams and then be able to copy those a little bit better.
I don't care about the NAIC teams. Well, because 3 days later we get the new Pokemon, right?
That's true.
So I don't care about those teams. It's the Indianapolis ones that are going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, the Indianapolis ones. I don't know. I'm just worried about net teaming. I guess it's not net decking. It's net teaming. And where things get a little samey. But yeah, I think Charizard is there. I wonder if people are going Adamant though, because the number one threat to Charizard anyway at the moment is probably Aerodactyl. That's why Aerodactyl's kind of come to prominence lately in the meta. And it's to mostly combat Charizard. Also, it's just the fastest bear tailwind user in the game. So, or at least right now. And it can just get the tailwinds off pretty easy.
I would say the top 3 moves in VGC right now are Protect, Fake Out, and Rock Slide.
Yes. Because of Charizard.
It's like Rock Slide's the best. And it's because of Charizard. Because you need to spread move that kills
4
Charizard.
times weakness. I missed 4 times weakness so much. It's so nice to have 4 times weakness back in the game.
I do miss my Charizard, but I think one of the number one strategies, by the way, for people at home, if you're looking to run Mega Charizard because you don't like me for whatever reason, well, actually, based on the comments, a lot of people don't like me.
They're Whimsicott fans. They run their Soviet Thatches. It's fine.
They run their Soviet Thatches, and if you wanted to run it, some of the best teammates that are typically out there are Venusaur, outside of obviously like Sneasler and Incineroar, which is just the top Pokemon in the meta. Down, you've got Venusaur because it can use Chlorophyll and also get ×2 speed boost in the sun. Typically, you'd run like another sun user like Whimsicott or a Sunsetter like Whimsicott who can Prankster Sunny Day. Because weather is very prominent in the meta right now. And we'll talk about that even more later with another one of these Pokemon. But the weather is just so prominent. But
another couple of these Pokemon. But
yeah, another couple. Yeah, exactly. Because that's the one gimmick you can have right now very easily at your fingertips is weather. To be fair, if there were any of them, I would say weather anyway makes sense, because weather is probably one of the easier archetypes to like really latch onto and understand.
It's
if you're
kind of
new
crazy
player.
that we still don't have a Drizzle Mega Pollution.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's really weird.
Yeah.
I
Do
don't
we
know
just
what
have
Grandpa
Polytoad.
should have had
We
it.
have Polytoad and Pelipper. That's what we have.
Yeah.
Also, wild that Polytoad, by the way, made it into this. Weird but cool.
I think they wanted multiple of each weather.
yes,
So,
obviously.
Yeah, you
And-
got Hippowdon that's just lurking way down low. Even
You have
Uh,
Sandaconda. How dare you? Never,
yeah, you got
never-
Sandaconda Sandspit.
never
Sandaconda,
question
the
the
best
Sandaconda.
Pokemon in this meta. Okay, Sandaconda.
it is better. I mean, it's worse than apparently 189 right now. Pokemon.
Yeah.
And that includes forms.
Yeah.
Eek.
But yeah, I just want to throw out
But yeah.
Charizard. There is another Mega that's sitting, depending on where you're looking, in roughly the same spot. And that is Mega Floette, which if you've played Pokemon Legends EA, you know Mega Floette is only available via Pokemon Legends EA. And oh my gosh, is it like wild? I like the stats on Mega Floette are insane to me.
I don't know how they gave it Fairy Aura. I assume
Yes.
Darkrai is coming with Dark Aura.
It has to, right? So Mega Floette, by the way, guys, has a base 155 attack, so that's almost as good as Mega Charizard. But it also has a base 102 speed, which just outspeeds Charizard, which is kind of
And
nuts.
speed ties Garchomp, which is
Yes.
again another big threat.
I think
in the
speed tying.
metagame.
I also think speed tying Garchomp doesn't matter as much in the current meta, and my answer to that is I think most Garchomp are actually sashed or not sashed, scarfed.
Scarf.
And actually, I'm gonna click the button to
Not
see.
as high as you'd think, but it
Yeah.
feels like it.
It is 26%.
Yeah, if-
So
I think most of the Scarf users I've been seeing lately are the Rotoms.
I
It's
have
like
run
Rotom.
Scarf Rotom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Shark.
Scarf Rotom, Scarf Basculegion, and Scarf Garchomp are probably, I would say,
Yeah.
those are
Yeah,
your speed
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
That you like. If you're gonna slap a scarf on something, I think it's those three.
Yeah, I've definitely looked at Scarf Rotom, but man, Fairy Aura, by the way, for those of you who aren't aware, this is like a Xerneas exclusive ability until now. And what that does is it gives, I think, a 20% boost to all Fairy type moves, which is insane, and it decreases the power done by Dark type moves, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Let me double check. I'm gonna double check the wording on Fairy Aura so I don't get in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
But
Which basically means that the Light of Ruin that could literally OHKO a ton of Pokemon, including
know.
those that resist Fairy. Things
Light
like
of Ruin's not
Charizard
that
don't even
common.
like
Oh,
taking
actually,
that
so-
hit.
I was wrong on everything, by the way. Fairy Aura boosts the power of Fairy type moves by 33%, roughly. It's actually a little bit more complicated than that. For all Pokemon on the field, but yeah, it's insane. Yeah, that's all it does. It doesn't do anything with the Dark type Pokemon. But yeah, that is nuts. 33% is
Yeah.
huge, actually. It's when you have a base stat of 155. You don't even need Light of Ruin. You can just click Dazzling Gleam. Like, Mega Floette typically runs, I believe the standard set for Mega Floette, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the standard set is just Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, Calm Mind, Protect.
That is correct.
yeah.
Yes.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like maybe you slap Light of Ruin or Draining Kiss if you're feeling fun,
Yeah.
but that's really
That's literally all you need.
Once
To be
again,
fair,
modest.
Yeah,
Jeez.
modest is typical because I don't think you
I guess
really,
you're getting Aerodactyl to put
Yeah.
you under Tailwind. So
you probably have some form of speed control that makes it unnecessary for you to be speed invested as Philomet. Yeah, you're
like I think the speed's more important on Charizard.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, the speed's probably more important for Charizard than it is for Floette, but Floette probably has some sort of speed control on the team, whether that be a Rotom with like Electro Web or
Some Icy Wind,
Icy Wind.
Milotic.
Yeah, you have some form of speed control or even a Tailwind user or something that just makes your Floette go fast anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is nuts. Also, its special defense is super high, by the way. It's 148, which is nuts. That's bananas.
Also, its
Yeah.
top 5 teamates are literally just like the top 5.
It's the top
Pokemon.
team, right? Is it? Wait, let me guess, Sigma. I'm gonna guess without looking at it myself. I'm gonna guess it's Floette. You're with Aerodactyl, Sneasler, Rotom Wash, Garchomp.
No Rotom.
Oh no, Rotom. Oh no. Garchomp. Garchomp's in there though.
Yeah,
In the
Garchomp's
top
right.
5.
And then Incineroar, probably an Incineroar.
Incineroar, yeah.
And then I'm missing one, right? Man, shoot.
I wonder if there's a steel type that might be useful.
It's not Archaldon, right? Like it's not Archaldon.
No.
Okay.
Maybe it's dark type too.
Steel Dark. Oh, King Gambit. King Gambit.
Yeah, like literally the top 4 Pokemon plus Aerodactyl.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, sure.
I'm surprised
Bliss is
Aerodactyl's
like,
still so
oh.
low. I think Aerodactyl's really
I
good.
think it's slowly getting there. It takes some time. I think there's still,
I'm
it's still got
surprised
Whimsicott and Talonflame.
Sinistcha is the one I'm
speed.
surprised is as high as it is, because that's the one I feel like I see the least among these top 10.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
grass type has been surprisingly very good in VGC.
Mm,
And I think that's part, and it really is the best grass type unless you're like dedicated Sun and then it's Venusaur.
yeah.
Whimsicott has the use, but like Sinistcha having that grass type and Rage Powder and its ability is just really nice right now.
Sinistcha's really good. Well, Sinistcha's still up there in usage, actually. It's very, very high. It is a very good support mon. But we're talking about Megas, so I don't want to get too much into the weeds here.
Oh yes.
But well, the Poké Opinion segment of the show for everybody listening, by the way, is actually an old Pokemon of the episode segment, where we will just do a team because we think it's interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So don't worry, guys. We will talk about like a full team build, especially if you're newer to Pokemon Champions in that segment. But I want to talk a little bit more about Tyranitar, who's next on the list, because weather wars are very important apparently in Pokemon Champions nowadays.
Have any Grassy Surge or Psychic Surge really any users? So what's the other thing you fight? You basically either
it's weather.
You fight weather or you fight Tailwind, Trick Room, and
I think
weather's just all weather's really good right now.
I think Tailwind Trick Room.
Even if you're doing Trick Room, you play Torkoal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think Sun is just more prominent. It's easier to abuse Sun, I think, than other weathers, at least in an obvious way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think about like Sun is very easy to abuse. I think Sand is there because it does chip damage, and Tyranitar is also a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, but chip damage scares new players, right?
Yes.
Like you don't want your own Pokemon to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like Tyranitar has the one when I talked about top moves VGC, Rock Slide, Stab, Rock Slide on a Pokemon that is bulky with the Sand boost to boost its special defense to live the solar beams or the heat waves that come its way.
Yeah, for the uninitiated, because the game doesn't have a tutorial for this. They have a tutorial for surprisingly like impressive things. Like I was very impressed by the tutorial with the burn. With burn in Pokemon Champions. That was very good because that's something they don't typically tell you. But the fact that they just kind of cut it off there and they don't have more that explain things like Sand and how that boosts rock type special defense by 50%, that's kind of weird.
I wonder if we'll get more training sessions as the game goes on. Like when they add new Pokemon, they'll add new training sessions to give you more VP and extra. I can see it. Because it is very difficult to explain these things to people.
there are a lot of things because in terms of conditions, they talk about burn and that's it. And like there's a lot to talk about. I think there's a lot to talk about in poison because there's a difference between poison and badly poisoned. Stuff
I don't
like
think that matters that much, but yeah.
No, I still think if you're going to go as far as explain how burn works, I think you should just explain everything, especially to the newer players.
Mm-hmm. Like poison's probably the least necessary because there's nothing special going on there.
Oh, sure.
Like, your HP goes down. And sometimes your HP incrementally goes down more.
But Tyranitar, I like Tyranitar for so many reasons. One, even regular Tyranitar has Sandstream. So you have this ability to play around and have multiple activations of Sand. Because for those of you at home, if you were a Tyranitar and it was already sunny because there was a Mega Charizard or something, you could Mega Evolve into Mega Tyranitar and then reset Sand because it reactivates your Sandstream after you Mega Evolve. And that's really big. That's really powerful. And that's really fun to really disrupt weather with. And there's a lot of Pokemon that get a lot of buffs in Sand that are available right now, like Excadrill. That's a great Sand Pokemon because you can get Sand Rush to double the speed. Great speed control and just double speed Excadrill right off the bat, who's also a pretty good Pokemon in its own right.
Unlike the Mega, but yeah.
Yeah. And this meta right now really lets you abuse evasion. And you can play things with Sand Veil, such as Garchomp.
I definitely did. I gave it some bright powder. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, if you do the calculation, like 100% accuracy moves become like 72% with bright powder and Sand Veil, which is kind of weird and silly.
And then you start tackling things like, oh, Icy Wind. Oh, now it has a real good chance to miss, which is good for them Garchomps that would die otherwise. So
it's really, really weird. So I don't know. Sand has a lot of power, and I think Tyranitar just kind of exemplifies that. And on top of that, Tyranitar's move pool is pretty wide. I think if the standard set is something like Protect, obviously, because it's VGC. But then you've also got Rock Slide. You typically
Rock Slide is higher than Protect because there's a Scarf set.
Yeah. Well, you got Rock Slide, Protect. And then which dark move do they usually use? I think they use
Dark knockoff. We have knockoff still.
It's actually the top. It's actually the only knockoff user in like the top 15, 20 Pokemon. I think.
I mean, it's not good when Megas are around, but yeah.
With Megas, knockoff is a little bit nerfed, but I also like it for knocking off citrus berries, especially in this meta.
I was gonna say also. Well, I mean,
and the random quick claws that upset me all the time.
Okay, the random quick claws do deserve to get knocked. You are correct.
Getting a Scarf is good.
I was gonna say there aren't that many items that you care about knocking off that you probably wouldn't.
There's like three. There's like three, and that's all the good ones.
It's like Thatch was gonna activate anyway, so knocking it off doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it's like your citrus berry, your choice Scarf, maybe a random resist berry, but like. Yeah. And maybe the Blight Powder if you hit.
Yeah, and then the last move slot is like a little flexy. I know typically it's low kick for King Gambit, but
I like Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance is fun.
You do get Dragon Dance, but you also get things like Ice Punch. You get Fire Punch as well, I believe. I think Tyranitar gets all three, actually. I think Tyranitar gets all three punches.
It has Flamethrower and Ice Beam too, so it
does.
Sense.
And its special attack isn't shabby. It's 95. It's no 164, but it's pretty decent. But yeah,
I've even used like it's got Thunder Wave too. If you want a different speed control option on this team, Breaking Swipe. If you're gonna try to and Snarl as well. If you want to try to really nerf down, but like
its move pool is just so good. Its move pool is so good. It's ridiculous. So yeah, go use Tyranitar.
It got like the Nidoking move pool.
Yeah, it did. Well, it's because it's still Gen 2, so like we still gave things wild move pools. Way back in
especially things that look like monsters, like Nidoking and Tyranitar and Rhydon.
Yep.
It probably I don't know if it gets surf like Rhydon.
No, it did get surf.
Yeah,
like
Rhydon gets surf. I don't know if T-Tar gets surf.
Why does Rhydon get surf? Why does Rhydon get surf?
Fire Blast, Thunder, and Surf. And Blizzard.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to our next mega, which I think we can all agree is probably overhyped. And inflated for a number of reasons, but Dragonite makes the top 5 as well in terms of usage, and that's weird to me because I don't think Dragonite's that good. Like anytime I play against a team and I see in the team preview a Dragonite, I go, okay, we're fine. You know, like I'm not threatened by it. I think partially that's because,
especially if it's like their only mega option too. It's oh yeah, let's go.
Well, a lot of people play it wrong too. I've noticed because I think Dragonite can be good. I think it just takes a little bit of finesse. The Pokemon itself is also just kind of awkward in that the Pokemon company tried to make it do a lot of things that it doesn't want to do.
It had such an awkward stat line when it first came out too.
The stat line is still awkward because for those of you using Mega Dragonite, please, if you're going to extreme speed something, wait a turn to Mega Evolve. Just do it, please, for Thatch. I'm begging you, because you lose attack when you Mega Evolve. You go from a base 134 attack stat to a base 124 attack stat because Mega Dragonite is meant to be a special attacker. And it does make sense to have extreme speed. Priority is very good. But Mega Dragonite does not want to extreme speed over regular Dragonite.
I mean, unless it's like 1 HP, but
yeah, sure.
You use a little bit of just use some common sense and do some judgment calls, like based off of how much extreme speed does. Try to do it when it's mega, only if you know you can kill it at lower attack.
Yes.
If you're just doing it just to get extra chip, don't mega yet.
Also,
Mega,
like,
just
what
wait.
is this attack spread on Mega Dragonite or
Yeah,
on
it's
Dragonite
very
in general?
weird. Like,
There is one move over 50%. That's Protect, and that's only 2/3. Like
yeah,
what?
I think it's because people have been moving towards like a not Mega Dragonite set.
I mean, even then, you want Protect.
Yeah, but they're probably like scarfing it. No, they're not. Oh my gosh,
No, they're
what is
not.
happening?
I don't know what's
yeah.
happening with the Protect.
I think people
Okay,
just wanna run
actually, I
too
think
many
I do.
moves.
I think what's happening is they're using the Dragonite they just get for free, and they aren't changing the moves on it.
Yes, that's 100% what's happening.
I think that's what's
100%.
happening.
Yes,
And it's just, yeah. And
it's sad.
the Draco Meteor, I don't think people have been playing it where you Draco, then switch out and then switch back in to get that Draco negative
not.
boost out. I don't think people have not. And it's just
Mm-mm.
like, it's like, my goal is like, okay, once they use the Draco, it's like, kill everything else and then Dragonite's
it's
neutered.
It's kind of what I said because like I was mentioning, I think it could be okay and it could be a better Mega than I'm not scared of it right now. I think I could be scared of it at one point if people learn to play with it properly.
I mean,
know-
they usually throw the Mega onto a rain team too.
Which
just
is
because
because Hurricane, stab Hurricane.
Hurricane
that makes
gets
sense.
100% accuracy. You could run Thunder.
You could.
For
For what? I don't know. I don't know what in the meta like is just like, man, I don't want to get thundered.
because you're not winning the race with a Milotic.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
You-
the Dragon or the Charizard Y that you get, you win the war against, but
Yeah, but then you have 50% accuracy with those slugs.
I feel like you could just
Yeah.
Hurricane though.
Yeah.
I think you could just Hurricane or even
Yeah.
you could Hurricane
draw
or you could
Draco.
Draco. Yeah. Into the Charizard slot.
yeah.
Plus you have
Exactly. It's kinda
Archaludon
like
for lightning or electric coverage. so-
Exactly. Yeah, it just feels redundant. The teams it's on, it feels very awkward because the moves it use are already types that are covered by the moves or by the
So like
typing.
you already have Pelipper for the Hurricane, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
And
And
you already have
Archaludon
Pelipper,
probably has dragon coverage, so it's like,
Exactly.
oh, what are you doing?
What I just feel like that's probably the problem. That's probably what's happening with Dragonite. Like if Archaludon wasn't in the meta, I think it would have a much better place.
Mhm.
On the
But
team.
yeah, it's just kind of like, and also just the non-mega's better.
Yes.
And I think that'll grow over time. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fine. Like Mega Dragonite's fine. It's just not good yet, I don't think. The last one that makes the top 5 is also unsurprising to me because they hyped it up and people, I don't know, it's literally a helmet strategy, and by what Thatch means by that is because Thatch was at one point in his life chronically online, and played a lot of competitive Pokemon. But what I mean by that is a helmet strategy is you just put your helmet on, you hit the buttons, and you go. Right? There's not a lot of nuance to the strategy. You just do. And I've seen this. There was a tweet the other day I saw about how people who make it to Master Ball get like a rude awakening once they start playing in Master Ball. Because the teams that it takes now to get to Master Ball versus a couple of weeks ago are very different, and you can get away with
Oh yeah,
easier
the first week
teams.
is very different from
Yes.
now.
Yeah, so people, I saw somebody who had like 6 ice types on a team essentially, and they're like, "This is the easy way to get up there," blah blah blah, and I'm just like, "Yeah, but that
Not
team
anymore.
won't go anywhere. That team literally won't go anywhere." And it's because people really like easy strategies. I think Mega Frostlass makes sense because it's fast. It has snow warning. You click Blizzard, you go. Like there's not much else to it. It pairs really well with Ninetales. You can pull off some easy Aura Veils for a little bit of extra bulk. There aren't a lot of other screen users in the game, so you don't need to worry about breaking screens or going through screens. And it makes it very easy to use Frostlass.
Mhm.
And I think that is probably why it's so high up there. It's just easy to use, and if you're
I mean,
new
it
to the
also
game, you can't stop it, you know?
I've seen it a lot on like double weather teams is
Mhm.
where I see it. Like I've seen it on like snow and rain teams. I've seen it on snow and sun teams.
Yeah.
It's just another way to disrupt weather from your opponent.
Mhm.
And like for that, I think it's good. Like it's just
the same reason that we point that Tyranitar is good at like because it can
Yes.
double sand is why Frostlass is good at just because it can mega and change the weather that turn.
Yeah.
And disrupt whatever your opponent's doing.
Yeah, and I think it's a fine Pokemon. It's probably a decent team member if you're trying to build a Mega Frostlass team. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody. I just think long term it probably won't work out. Just because people know what it does. It does one thing. It's a one-trick pony. I don't think Frostlass is ever going to surprise me.
It has the interesting part is what you pick for your fourth move.
Yes,
because there's like 3 major options. Let me make sure that oh look, they have substitute and nasty plot sets. That's cute.
Yes,
Destiny Bond should be higher.
Destiny Bond needs to be very high. Destiny Bond is a very good move.
Destiny Bond is at 2%. It's like, no, that should be a little higher.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Destiny Bond was so low.
Also, like Freeze Dry is not even on the list because that's the other move I would consider. It's like Aurora Veil should be number 1.
No, it doesn't have Freeze Dry. I don't think so.
It doesn't have Freeze Dry?
Nope. No, it does. No, it does.
Nope.
It does. It does. It has Freeze Dry. It does.
Hold on.
Frostlass can learn Freeze Dry.
It looks like they took it away from it.
Oh, did they take it away in Pokemon Champions?
I thought it had Freeze Dry in earlier games. I know they took it away in
it did.
ZA, so maybe they just took it away. Okay, well, never mind.
Taking it away.
I just assumed it still had it.
It used to have Freeze Dry.
Scarlet Violet.
I thought it did.
Yeah, tell me.
Frost Breath.
It wasn't Frost Breath. It doesn't have Freeze Dry?
I mean, it does have Frost Breath too, but I would not run that.
It does not have Freeze Dry, really?
Not a Scarvy.
Really?
Really?
Okay, I'm looking this up real quick.
I could have sworn it had that at some point.
No, it had to have Freeze Dry at one
Not
point.
in Swish.
Okay, one sec.
Wow.
It never had Freeze Dry. What happened?
What is this?
What happened? How did this happen?
Transfer
I don't know what happened.
It's not even a transfer move. Yeah, no, it don't have it.
It never had Freeze Dry. Wow, what a weird memory.
Shenanigans.
What a weird memory.
Wow, that can go hang out with Flying Whimsicott.
Flying type Whimsicott and Freeze Dry Frostlass get to be best friends over here.
Yeah, that's the really kind of the Freeze Dry was what makes Alolan Ninetales at least a slight maybe the other option if you're going snow. Because it basically almost do the same things.
I see a lot of teams run both, and I don't really understand. A lot of teams are just running a lot of ice. I think that's the biggest problem I have with it. Is that a lot?
I don't think you want like a snow team, right? Like you just this is just there, and it gets to click Blizzard. That's
that's what you should do.
Yeah,
that's what you should do.
We don't have snow abusers beyond Blizzard spam. There's no snow abusers.
In terms of teammates on
Sun's got Venusaur, Tyranitar's got Excadrill, and Pelipper's got Basculegion.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your like 3.
How dare you talk about Beartick being trash? It is.
Oh, is Beartick?
How dare you?
Wait, Beartick's in this. Where's Beartick's in the meta? Beartick's in the meta.
Beartick, what are you doing down there?
It makes it. Beartick, what are you doing here? Just stop that. Just start there.
I would trade Beartick for Alolan Sandslash any second.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Alolan Sandslash over Beartick any day.
Yes.
Give me Arctic Zolt. I want to go Speedy Snow guy. I want Bolt Beak.
Beartick, I would take Sandslash in a second.
I would, if Alolan Sandslash was this meta, I would run a snow team because of Alolan Sandslash in this. Yeah,
that's why you run snow teams, is because Alolan Sandslash is there.
The Alolan Sandslash would match up really well against the fairy spam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. It would.
I mean, it wouldn't do great.
Sandslash would bring balance to the meta. Yeah.
Yeah. It better be in the first drop.
I hope it's in the next drop. Yeah, we need a Alolan Sandslash. You got to be.
I mean, except for the fact Metagross will probably be there, and it just completely destroys Frostlass.
Dude. Okay, honestly, if Mega Metagross comes back, I'm gonna rebuild my team from 2018 because I believe I can.
I think you should. You should just a little for at least a little while.
Because
I'm very happy that it's not in the game yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, the team I used was it was Mega Tyranitar, Mega Metagross. It was a team that did well at a prior tournament, and I made a few adjustments that I thought were pretty good. I think I ran a Moongus though, which is not in the game yet either. That might be in the next drop. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Like when I'm running my Frostlass, I'm just always terrified that people will realize that Scissor is really good in this meta.
Scissor is actually really good.
I know it's really good in this meta. That's why I'm like terrified people will catch on.
Yeah, that's one I'm very curious because it seems like it matches up pretty well, aside from the Charizard part.
I guess
Charizard and Incineroar are scared a little bit. Otherwise, it's good.
But you can you can play around those things though, which is
you can.
It's called Pelipper, and
you could literally just play Pelipper. With Mega Scizor, it would work. So I guess we're
like Mega Scizor is really good.
Are like Pokemon that we think are underrated. I guess we've nonchalantly moved into that, but yeah, like Mega
Scizor terrifies me.
Is great. I think Mega Scizor is a Pokemon that hasn't been appreciated enough, especially in this meta. I think it can do a lot.
Aerodactyl fears it so much. No, I can imagine does not appreciate it.
If you ever get like a Swords Dance off with a Mega Scizor, like it's just good. You're done. It does hit a lot of the meta pretty hard. And I don't think a lot of people respect it. Actually, the one thing I don't think a lot of people respect in general in this meta is Stone Edge Garchomp, but that's a whole other conversation.
I mean, that's because it's Stone Edge and nobody wants to risk it.
But Stone Edge Garchomp, like, you should respect that. It hits real hard and it knocks out pretty much anything it's trying to hit. Stone
Edge is at 5% on Garchomp.
Yeah, it should be because it's not good, but if it happens, you're just like, oh man. I do think that Scizor though is definitely underrated. You just have to play around weather a little bit. If you bring Pelipper, I think it's a good play.
Yeah,
I think you really do, because if you can just get by the Charizard, you're clear, because it really doesn't have good Charizard counter moves at all.
No, and I think that's kind of one of those teams that you build where you have the Scissor mode and then you have like the anti-Charizard mode, right?
Yeah, you have something else for that kind of matchup.
Yeah,
it's like you're not bringing it against a Sun team.
Like you could probably get away with like a Mega Scizor or Mega Aerodactyl team or something like that, where you bring Mega Aerodactyl mode to go against the Charizard, and you bring Mega Scizor for the not Charizards.
Yeah,
I think that works out pretty well.
I think you definitely can do something like that.
Yeah, I think that's.
Or just run Rain Dance on Scizor for whatever random reason.
I think Scissor's actually also number 6 in the rankings, by the way. But
for Megas, probably.
No, that would actually go to Meganium, which is one that is.
Oh, yeah, we should mention.
Unlike the new.
Actually, there's a few
starters,
between.
It's the one that is surprisingly well.
I do think Mega Meganium is also a little underutilized, and I wonder if that's just because you have to get it through the battle pass or something like that.
No, I think it's because Sneasler's the number 1 Pokemon.
That is probably true. That is also probably true.
You feel it because it dies to Dire Claw real easy. Yeah, but it with the Rain team with this, it matches up really well because it can tank any of the water types that your opponents are throwing at you, like Melodic or Rotoms, but then also still get that Sun Fire boost, and it can do a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When they showed off Mega Meganium, I'm like, there is no way that they can fix Meganium. Turns out they found a way to fix Meganium.
Meganium is the best of the 3. Meganium is the best of the 3. Hands down.
It might, well, I mean, Floette exists, but I was going to say it might be like one of the best new Megas the first batch.
It is. Absolutely.
It just
really is.
Like, I think it's better than Frostlass just because it's such a cool way of handling it. I believe it gets rid of like Sandstorm bonuses on your rock types too.
Yeah, it does. No, it's crazy,
which is absurd. So it's like they really found a way to make Meganium work in a really cool way too. A real cool and unique way.
Mega Soul is just such a good
still
ability.
Isn't like broken stat wise. It just has a really cool ability. Not
it's a really cool ability. Not good.
Really cool.
I mean, good too, but it's really cool. Not oppressive. Oppressive is probably the right way to say it.
Yeah, but it does like turn off the other weathers, which is nuts. It's like Cloud9 plus Sun. It's weird.
It does. I don't think it actually
doesn't turn
gets
off,
rid of it.
But
no, it doesn't get rid of it. But it gets rid of it for that Pokemon locally. If that makes sense, right? Like,
exactly. It allows
during
you
the
to
attack,
do your things while being on a Rain team, and the Rain team stops those dang Sun boosted flamethrowers coming at you that would make Mega Meganium go bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I played it immediately on a rain team, like
It's
release,
worthwhile.
because it's like, yeah, that sounds really fun, and it worked.
Yeah.
It works
Probably
very
works
well.
on sand too. The one
does.
place
Yeah,
you
I
don't want to
think
run it is
Wolfie
sun.
played it. I think Wolfie or Poké, or I think it was Wolfie built it with a sand team, and I think it works really well there too, because
It does.
low key you have a secret mode where you in that team you run the Mega Tyranitar. And you can just spam rock weather ball on a regular Meganium against a Charizard.
Yeah.
You obviously prefer to Mega Evolve the Meganium, but you can just run raw weather ball.
You can just run regular Meganium. Or regular Meganium.
just for that right weather ball, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You won't feel good about running regular Meganium. No one did.
You
you
don't,
will.
but it can be a mode.
Very wild. But yeah, the one that I wanted to bring up specifically, because we were talking about each of us also talking about a Mega. I guess Scizor is for Sigma, but unless you had.
I mean,
better
that was
one.
not really what I wanted to.
Oh,
yeah,
well
sure.
then we'll give you whatever here in a second.
That just happened.
I'm gonna start with mine, and I'm gonna start with Scovillain, because Scovillain's very far down on the list. But Mega Scovillain, I think, is one of the most fun Pokemon to play. Sigma shared a team this week on the Discord server for singles with Mega Scovillain, which was a lot of fun. And after I played with it, and I was like, oh, this is what this does. I was like, we should be using this in VGC all the time, especially because it has Rage Powder. And the reason I say this, and for everybody at home, is that Mega Scovillain gets an ability called Spicy Extract, which no matter what, as long as Scovillain gets attacked, the Pokemon that attacked it will get burned. This works on spread moves. This works on everything. If Scovillain gets attacked, it burns that Pokemon. And if you have Rage Powder, you can force things to attack into Scovillain and just burn them. And so this like shuts off a lot of spread moves from physical attackers. It shuts off a lot of physical attackers in general. And it's super cool and super interesting. And I like it. I because if you're not a more seasoned veteran player, you don't know how to play around it. And I really like being able to do that to newer players. Like I like playing things that make people have to think, and if they don't know how to think about it properly, they won't be able to play against it. And so it's kind of been fun. There's a few teams bouncing around with it on it, and I'm still looking for which one is right for Thatch. And I really do like it though.
I got hit by one the other night that was like protecting a Hisui and Gudra, and they were also running Hisui and Zoroark. So it's like you never felt good about anything you were doing.
Don't know
it's like,
I want that team. I want that team. Yeah, you don't just make your opponent feel uncomfortable the entire time.
It's like you never knew what was actually happening on the battlefield, and it's like no.
And
I
the
hate
thing
this
is,
so
like,
much.
Yeah. And I think I disrespected it, and along with others, just because we look at its mega stats, it's like
they're not good.
It's like its ability doesn't quite line up with its stat spread. You wanted more defenses if you want that ability. But when you really look at it and you start doing the calcs, it's like
it can do a lot.
Build it bulky, not like bulky, but like just enough.
I mean,
that you can tank certain hits.
It's the kind of Pokemon you don't want to be that good, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want something to be an unkillable tank with that kind of ability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want this
like
to stay on the field.
Power.
Could you imagine this staying on the field for like 3 turns? Like that would be gross.
Yeah, it's very disgusting. It's kind of, I mean, it's a cooler. Mega Victory Bell. That was such a funny thing to do with Victory Bell.
Victory Bell's a bad Pokemon. Like, don't even run that one. But like,
it sees some play in doubles or in singles. In singles, it sees a little bit of play. It's
Singles
just
for
delete
sure.
button.
Doubles, it's a wait and see. It's still not amazing. Doesn't quite line up as much as I want it to. But on Mega Scovillain, the Leech Seed in Protect, with the burn damage, it just chips things down. That's
it does
a
also
very underrated thing too.
It does also take a little bit of nuance because Leech Seed works really kind of funny in doubles as well, because it is slot specific. So you do have to make sure that a Scovillain dies. If you want the Leech Seed to keep going, you have to put something back in that slot. And so like if it's one of the last 2 Pokemon, it's not as fun. But it's it's still a fun Pokemon, and I think it has a lot of playability. So hopefully we see more evolve from that, because I can see even like with Mega Metagross and stuff like that, Mega Scovillain having a lot of play.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot to come from Mega Scovillain, and people should respect it more. But what did you guys have as like your honorable mentions?
I wanted to talk about Mega Glamora with its one speed faster than Charizard.
Mega Glamora.
I mean, that honestly, rock
that's all it needed.
with a 101 speed, that's kind of the baseline. Yeah.
Yeah. And also apparently you can run it modest based on the Charizard stat.
You can run it modest on ladder and timid in tournaments.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it also should be able to take Floette hits and KO back there. So
yeah. Also, it's the one Pokemon that beats Mega Scovillain outright because it does not care about being burned.
It does not care, and it just destroys it with a Power Gem.
Exactly. Yeah, a Power Gem or a Sludge Wave, like
Sludge Bomb. But yeah,
or Sludge Bomb. Yes, it's all the same. Roughly.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Spike
very
Sludge
Shield
Wave
is always
is
nice.
Spread, and it hits your partner, which is why you don't see it in doubles.
But yeah, it's very Mega Glamora is very cool. Big fan of that.
And there's times where you can choose not to Mega Evolve right away just to get that toxic debris off as well, which is there's that times you can just play around with that just right, and be able to abuse that.
Like, oh, you're gonna fake me out? Sure.
Yeah, do it.
Sure, I'll just switch in Glamora from the back into the obvious fake out. That'll be
it's like, come at me, Incineroar. I dare you.
I dare you. I can't. Yeah, I really, really, really want to play Hisuian Zoroark now. Gosh. Okay. I want to play it so bad. But yeah, Glamora is a good one. What about you, Shark? What is your fringe pick that we didn't talk about today?
I would say probably. I say Mega Blastoise is one that I think is probably a little underrated because it's a water type. It's good against, water types have been perennially just like a really good defensive typing. And with Charizard being kind of lead thing, you would think that Blastoise / Mega Blastoise should be up there a little bit more to kind of contest it a little bit.
I think the problem is there's just better water types, which is the problem.
I was going to say the issue is you have to run it with another weather, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're already you're just gonna run rain anyway. So then you just go, well, I bring Pelipper, but Pelipper's better with Bascu Legion. So why don't I just run Bascu Legion over Blastoise? Right?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why you don't see.
And then I can run a different Mega on top of that, right? Like my Mega slot's not taken by Blastoise. I don't know. As much as Thatch loves Blastoise,
I think in singles it's really scary. Like
in singles,
it is always terrifying to see it. It's like I know it takes one hit, and then it shell smashes. And then if I don't have priority, I am gone.
Yes.
100%. And I think it can still threaten that for sure. And it's still got Water Spout too. Water Spout, if you can get the Tailwind up, that is dangerous.
Yeah, but it's just it feels like budget version of just Hisuian Typhlosion hitting Eruption, like in Sun.
Yeah, it is almost the same type of thing, but it's, it's on a tankier
it doesn't have
Pokemon.
That great of a special attack to begin with, which is kind of unfortunate for it.
Yeah. I wish Blastoise were better because I too love Blastoise, but I am upset that it is not.
They gave it such a bad stat to work with to begin with. Like what is original Blastoise's stats looking like? It's real bad.
Exactly.
It's like
exactly.
It's mid everything except for defense.
Yep.
Actually, its special defense is higher than its defense somehow, and I don't understand. It's a turtle.
Don't worry, Mega Blastoise fixes it.
No, it doesn't.
It actually has more defense in Mega Blastoise than special defense.
Yeah.
It should have never happened in the first place.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's funny.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a rundown of the megas in Pokemon Champions right now, as of April 2026. So let us know what you think is the mega you like the most in Pokemon Champions if you're playing it. If not, what was your favorite mega in Pokemon Legends EA? Just let us know. And with that, I think this is a good stopping point. And we're going to kick it on over now to Puckle's Poké Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Oh hi, and welcome to the Poké Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokédex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The hosts can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to our Poké Quiz. Thank you for that introduction, Mark. We're going to get into it. Our first questions, first of all, as always, Professor Oak would like to remind you it's time to Poké Quiz. Submit your questions over at pucklediscord.com.
Okay, so now that I'm looking at the screen,
Yeah.
I need to know something.
Yes.
Do we randomize what Pokemon that is every episode?
No. We could.
Darn.
What a good idea. What a good idea. Next time,
I want to
Sigma.
do that.
Next time, Sigma, we're going to do that. What a good idea. But yeah, we're going to move on. We have our 5 questions. Our first one is a general trivia question, as always. And I would like to let you guys know you have 2.5 minutes for this question. The bar will be on the bottom, and we'll begin that right after we begin the question. So here we go. Our first question this week is going to come to you from the Guru Dude. What type has the most Pokemon that evolve via trading?
Interesting.
That they can be holding items, whatever. What type has the most Pokemon that evolve via trading?
Okay.
So is it base forms or is it evolved form that we're counting?
Evolved form. Evolved form.
Okay. Just wondered if we were like talking like Scizor and Scyther situations.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just the
Well,
evolved form. We're going to do the evolved form.
So
forms.
that's plus 2 to Steel. Okay.
Steel's got 2 for Metal Coat.
Fairy has 2, at least.
Yeah, you have those 2. Bug has 3 because you
Because of
have
the
the
Gen
Gen
5
5
ones.
duo.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting has at least 2.
You got those 2. Rock has 2 similarly. Let's think about Gen. We have electric.
Water
and
has 2. Water has 3.
Melodic.
4.
What was your? I'm trying to think of what the other water
Clamperl
one-
has
oh.
2 evolutions, right?
Polytoad
And Politoed, yep.
and Slow King.
Yeah. Okay, water. It's got to be water.
It's water.
Right?
It's water.
Are we locking in
I'm
water?
locking in water. We're just gonna speed through that. I'm like, that's too many. I'm like,
It's like I've gotten to too many.
Gen 4. Gen 4 did not have that many
Okay,
other
actually,
types.
it could have been like Grass Ghost.
The answer's
there were like
water.
a million.
The answer's water. We can stop
it
asking.
depended on-
Kingdra, hello there.
Yeah, you forgot Kingdra, but you got the other 4. You got the other one. There's 6. It's
There were
Gorbis,
5
Huntail.
Grass Goat.
Yeah.
Actually, wouldn't. Okay, we're not counting each Gorgeist form as a different Pokemon. Is what I'm
No.
seeing here.
No.
Good. Because otherwise, I think Ghost is up there.
No.
Yeah, Ghost would have been.
It's like,
But
wait,
yeah.
we have 4 Gorgeists plus
Yeah.
Trevenant.
No,
plus
there are 6.
Gengar.
There are 6 in water. They are Slowking, Politoed, Kingdra, Gorbis, Huntail, and Melodic. You guys got it.
Okay.
You guys got it. All right. Your next question is your general trivia question. And this one comes from Tamal of Mailbag fame. Which real-world Australian location can Ponyta leap over in a single jump, according to its Fire Red entry?
It's Buenos Aires, whatever, isn't it? Or something like that? Or Aries Rock?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
something
gonna
like
just
Ayers
lock
Rock?
that in. I was the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
That is the
Aries
only thing I
Rock?
could think of. Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so it's super wild you got that so fast, but that is correct. It is Ayers Rock. It is.
It's the only landmark in Australia I know other than the Great Barrier Reef, which I don't think Ponyta's jumping.
Oh, the Sydney Opera House, but like I don't think the Sydney Opera House would be in a
That
Pokédex
was-
entry.
that was
So
not
that's
the
kind of
thing.
like that was
I
my thought.
believe-
Is like it's
There is a Yu-Gi-Oh card based on the Aries Rock because of the Koala Kid
Oh my
drawing
gosh.
it for Pegasus, right?
Yes,
you remember it in
something like
GX?
that,
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. All
get your
right.
game on.
You guys are
Get
2 for
your
2.
game
Oh, that's just a good theme song, by the way. But either way, your next question is your Pokedex entry, as always. And this one comes to you from that one Clodsire. From Pokemon Omega Ruby, you get 2.5 minutes, but for each entry on this one, by the way. This Pokemon's thin and flexible body lets it bend and sway to avoid any attack, however strong it may be. From its mouth, this Pokemon spits a corrosive fluid that melts even iron. Who's that Pokemon?
So I'm feeling poison.
I'm feeling snaky.
I was feeling snaky or Victory Belly, but probably snaky.
I have to start
I
the
would
clock. Here
not
we go.
consider Victory Bell thin.
It's thin when it's not full.
Yeah, it's not thin anymore.
I can't imagine it is a Seviper, right? It can't be Seviper.
It's either Seviper or Ekans. And I'm willing to go Ekans.
What do you guys?
Also,
I mean, you guys have
bend and
time. I'm not going to ask
sway.
you that I need an answer, but you guys have time.
I wouldn't expect Seviper because I assume it's just fighting with Zangoose, especially in an Omega Ruby Pokedex entry.
I agree 100%. I would think that Zangoose would have been the entry too. That's the only reason why I'm like, it's probably not Seviper. It's just because
I don't think it would be Ekans because I don't think it's natively in the game, but
that could be true. But I'm trying to think, what other thin poison
swaying
types?
to avoid any attack. Swaying is the weird one to me, right?
The sway, yeah.
Does it?
Unfortunately, when I think of swaying,
Bellsprout.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
Hold on. Yeah.
Also,
I think we
probably.
go Bellsprout.
I don't think it's in the native decks, but I like it more than Ekans at this point.
So we're taking Bellsprout and moving on to the next entry?
Yeah, probably because I don't know that we're on the right track anyway.
So Bellsprout.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Your next entry is going to come to you from Pokemon Fire Red.
Okay, that reduces.
Good start.
Its bud looks like a human face. Because of the bud, it is rumored to be a type of legendary mandrake plant.
Why does that make me feel? I mean, it's got to be Bellsprout then, right?
It's got to be Bellsprout, but what the
I would think Oddish is more of a mandrake, but this is got.
I mean, it's looks like a. It's Bellsprout, but it's really funny.
That's such a weird. That's so weird.
Maybe it's the other ones, but yeah, I think we just locked it in.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not changing it.
Yeah, that's the answer. It's Bellsprout. Yeah, it's Bellsprout. Spelled incorrectly on screen, but it is Bellsprout.
It reminds me of the Bellsprout that kicked Ashes.
Ashes.
It beat
Ash
real
Muck.
bad.
It needed Muck.
The Super Bellsprout.
The next answer is your multiple answer question. There are 5 answers to this question. You can get up to 2 points here because you guys are running the perfect game right now because you're 4 for 3. That means if you give me the first 3 answers, that's a point. You give me the next 2 answers, that's 2 points. So here we go. 3 strikes and you're out, whatever, yada, yada, yada. This is from Touch Rustrod. What are the 5 3-stage Pokemon lines who had each member of that line introduced in a different generation? So the first stage.
So you mean the Porygons, for instance?
The Porygons, for instance, would be an answer. Yes, that is correct. That is one of them.
That would also be like Magmar and Electabuzz.
Both of those also correct. Yeah, that's 2. It's 3. So you got the first point.
Cool.
There are 2 more.
Okay. Now
I assume that Scyther doesn't count in this, right?
Scyther is not a 3-stage line.
Okay. It has really 3 stages.
It doesn't have 3 stages. It has 2 evolutions.
Just like I assume that the Slowbro family. Well, that's 4 stages.
Or 2 stage. Yeah, that's too many.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Chansey.
Well, it has to be a Gen 4. Huh?
Chansey,
oh, Chansey. Yeah.
Chansey is one. Yes, there is one more line.
Yeah.
It
There
has
is
to
one
be a
more line.
Gen 1 Pokemon, like a 1.
I mean, it
2,
doesn't have to be.
4
It
is
could be a Gen 2 Pokemon as well.
But what? Yeah, it has to be 3 gens, so you have to think about what because I mean, now we're starting to get those extra like kind of form Pokemon, and but those are Gen 8 and 9. I can't think of any of those that are quite there. So otherwise, it's 1, 2,
Yeah, it's got to be
4.
something with like probably a baby as well.
Yeah, that's why.
Was where I was
it's
thinking, which is like Badoo is, well, Roselia is close, but not quite there.
Yeah.
Because that one came to mind. Same with Azurill.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you got? Basket Legion, Ursaluna, the Quillfish, Overquill, Lilligant. No. I don't think it's a Hisui. Gen 9 gave us Farigiraf, Clodsire, King Gambit, Annihilate.
No, none of those.
So then, and Gen 8
it's
had
Mr.
Runerigus.
Mime's family, isn't it?
Oh!
Does that count?
Mr. Mime's family does count. Yes.
It does.
It does.
There we go.
That gives you all 5. You got all the
catch.
points.
There we go.
That
I was going through the
that was a rough
Galarian
one.
ones. It's like those ones are weird, but
You have the
Yeah,
Blissey line, the Blissey line, the Porygon line, the Magmar line, the Electabuzz line, the Mr. Mime line, because Mr. Rhyme and it was introduced in Gen 8, and you had Mr. Mime who was already introduced, and then you had Mr. Mime Jr., which was introduced.
that one's a weird one. But yeah.
That's the weirdest one. But the rest of them,
Yeah,
you
it's
got,
like I knew there had to be one weird one that broke that, because the rest of them are like Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 4.
Yeah, I was trying to think of Gen 4 evolutions at first and just wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
I was you were working backward or forwards. I was working backwards.
So this next one is your base stat question, as always. This is for like all the marbles. You guys have the hint still and everything. And this comes from the trivia master Liger himself.
Uh-oh.
Which poison type Pokemon has the highest base special defense of all poison type Pokemon?
I mean, my first thought would go to Toxapex.
But I have another thought, because I was trying to, when we were talking about megas, I was like, what megas haven't come in the game yet? And Mega Dragalge has a stupid
That
amount
actually
of
is
special
probably
defense.
higher. Yes.
I
That
was
might be higher.
like, I'm like, Mega Dragalge might be it. I'm trying to think of an.
It is well known for its very high special defense, and I don't know the mega stats. I'm going to be honest. I don't have those stats memorized yet, but
Let's just say this. I would expect, I believe it normally has like 130-ish.
yeah, that's
It's
what
a
I
weird
thought
number,
it was.
I'm pretty sure. And
It's like
so
126
I'm pretty
or
sure Mega gives it an extra 30 bump. I'm pretty
20 or 30,
sure.
because I know it's not going to speed. Probably not much into attack. So
It's probably defense, special attack, and special defense. And I'm 90% sure it's got like a 30 bump. It was like one of those like 30, 30, 20, 10, 10 spreads or something. It's something like that. I'm pretty sure.
I'm willing to go with it. Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think of another bulky poison type, and it's
Bulky
those are the
poison type.
two.
Most of them are like average bulk, right? Most of
Yeah,
them.
or like wheezing that's like fizz bulk.
Like Clodsire is one that
I was
you
going to
think
say I
of
need
a
an answer,
special
but you guys have the
attacker.
timer. You guys have the 2.5.
Yeah, we do have the timer.
I can't.
Like Clodsire is known for its special bulkiness, and it's like a 110, which is not great, or 100 or something. So it's like,
But it's got like HP, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I digress. Let's lock in Mega Dragalge.
Mega Dragalge is correct. Mega Dragalge has a base special defense of 163. Toxapex comes in second, though, with 142. Nihilego, third with 131. Pheasantipity
I
at
would have forgotten that one.
123. And then regular
forgot about
Dragalge
this.
with 123.
we are lucky this was not a Fuchsia City feud, because I don't think I could have gotten the third or fourth.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have forgotten those two. Not gonna lie. But I do
I never
realize,
think
like,
of them
oh
as
yeah,
bulk.
now I
Well,
know, but I forgot.
I guess I should think of Pheasantipity as bulky, but I also have never seen a Pheasantipity used. So.
Yeah, neither have I. I don't think its move pool's that great. But yeah,
it's got a very
think it's-
supportive move pool.
It's really supportive, doesn't have the attack stats. So
Yeah, it has like no offensive prowess, so it just is never seen.
yeah. So that gives you guys a perfect score this week, actually, which is great.
Got to move those boards.
Got to move the board. You got to move that. Got to move the what do they call it? The chain. Move the chain.
mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and pull this up. I need to also, oh, that's the wrong. Oh, there we go. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna edit the leaderboard. Give you. Okay. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. But we're gonna give you guys your 8 points. And I think that does change things, maybe. Except for Sigma, because Sigma missed that one show. Your internet went out and you got ruined.
It went out the weekend after too.
Oh no, that's a bummer.
Awful.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, which is why there's a new internet company now.
Yeah, I can believe that.
The first one was like, I actually might have been able to be on the show because they
Yeah.
actually came out and fixed it the Saturday before noon. And I think you guys recorded later.
Yeah, we did.
I hadn't known that, but you know.
Well, because of this, we're now in first place. We have Linian with 39 points. In second, Seth Vilo with 36. In third, Jushiro with 33, tied with Sharkfinnigan, actually. They're tied for third. In fifth, we have Whimsicott with 31. Cloud9's in sixth with 27. Our Sigma is in seventh with 22. In eighth, we've got Bo with 11. In ninth, we got Sublime Manic with 7. Mark's in 10th with 5. And Shamu's not on the board because I'm not paying for this leaderboard. And it doesn't let you have more than 10 people unless you pay. And you have Shamu in 11th with 4. But yeah, with that, the top 4 at the end of November get to go to the final trivia. We still need to figure out what we're going to do for that comeback mechanic because we're about in that time frame, actually.
Yeah, once June hits, I think you start it.
Yeah, once June hits. We have to finalize it so it feels a little bit more fair. But honestly, the scores are looking pretty close, neck and neck, like up to Sigma. So I'm pretty happy
Sigma
with it.
might need that little extra oomph, but like that. But everyone,
yeah.
Just like a one-time boost to make up for that internet issues.
Yep, but you guys are doing great. With that, we're going to go ahead and kick it on over then to our Poké Opinion / I guess Poké the episode. Wild that's coming back.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, dun dun dun. But with that, we're going to go ahead and kick it on over to that. Welcome to our Poké Opinion. Our Poké Opinion this week is what team would you suggest a player who is struggling in Pokemon Champions to play? And so we went out and found a team that is very easy for anybody to pick up and play with. This is a Pokemon. This is a team that won a tournament not too long ago on Victory Road, which is where a lot of the more serious players go to play in tournaments. I'm going to pull it up on screen, but if you're listening on air, we're going to let you know that the Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 0006, Charizard.
The Mega
his favorite
Charizard Y
Pokemon.
entry from Legends CA is its bond with its trainer is the source of its power. It boosts speed and maneuverability greater than that of a jet.
The Charizard Appreciation Commission came and talked to me and told me that I was not being positive enough about their boy Charizard, and we had to talk more about Charizard on the episodes. So I am doing just that. But yes, this is a Mega Charizard Y team, one of the number 1 megas in all of Pokemon Legends CA, and you can play this team even if you're playing Pokemon Champions for free and not getting the Floette from Pokemon Legends CA. So this Charizard is running the very standard set of Heat Wave, Weather Ball, Solar Beam, and Protect. We talked about this a little bit during the topic today, but this is pretty much the standard Charizard set. This Mega evolves into Mega Charizard Y, so you need to be holding the Charizardite Y. But this lets you set Sun. It's a great Pokemon, and we already talked about on the show. You should probably run Timid with 32 SP in Speed, 32 SP in Special Attack. Then you could throw that extra 2 probably in HP.
Yeah, the 2 points don't usually matter.
Yes.
Download's not really in the game yet. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, as every Sun team goes, the way this is listed on screen, I also wouldn't go in that order. But Venusaur's on this team. Venusaur is a Pokemon that is very standard with Charizard because of that chlorophyll ability, which doubles Venusaur's speed. And Venusaur isn't that slow. I think it's base 80, right?
Yeah, it is.
So it's not that slow. So doubling that is pretty big. And this is a better set than I've seen on other teams. I was really upset because when I was talking with Ryan, hi Ryan, once again, he was struggling a lot because he was playing with this team that Austin John was playing with, which was made by a VGC player who likes to make like really weird and different teams. And it was not standard whatsoever. I believe the Charizard didn't have like a standard move on it or something like that. But this Venusaur at least has both Energy Ball and Sludge Bomb, which is fantastic. It also has Sleep Powder and Protect. It has a Focus Sash. This guy, you're probably running max speed again with 32 SP in speed and 32 SP in special attack, and probably the other 2 in HP. It's running Focus Sash, which I think is fantastic. This one you could probably actually run Modest instead of Timid.
Yeah, because you're getting double speed
Modest
anyway.
is actually,
Modest is probably better.
Modest is the number 1 ability on this, and it's not even close. And I think that's probably justifiable too.
Yeah. I guess in like old school Pokemon of the episode format, which we haven't done in a very long time, I'm gonna ask you, one of you, I think Sigma's next on my screen, to go ahead and pick 2 more Pokemon to talk about from this team and mention them.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so next up, I'll take the bottom 2 in Garchomp. We'll talk about Garchomp.
I like Garchomp.
Well, while I'm talking about Garchomp, feel free to click the button to make Charizard do the Charizard shuffle for the viewers. But anyway, Charizard or Garchomp pairs really well with Charizard because you can click Earthquake and your Charizard will not get Earthquaked.
That is
you
true.
also have Dragon Claw, Rock Slide for opposing Charizards, and Protect. We got a Citrus Berry as our item.
Bulky boy. It's probably fine. It's probably a bulkier Garchomp then maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised, but also Garchomp tends to be able to take a hit. If it's not an ice type hit, it probably should take a hit.
Yeah.
It's not going to get one shot by something that's not ice or maybe dragon. Dragon probably takes it out too. But generally speaking, you're probably going max speed, max attack. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm looking at the sets. Like maybe it looks like you could throw the 2. I think the 2 is like you throw around everywhere, but
yeah.
I've seen 1-1s, I've seen 2s.
People don't know what to do with the extra one, and they thought it was going to be groundbreaking that we got this extra stat point compared to the actual video game.
It's like I've seen some
nothing's really happened.
It's like I don't bother calculating perfect HP totals to get your Citrus Berry. I mean, okay. So what you want to do with Garchomp is you probably want to have it have an even HP number, so you're more likely to eat the Citrus Berry.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Then we have Incineroar. It's holding a Chople Berry so that the Sneasler does not KO it with a close combat, is what I assume is happening.
Yes, 100%. Yes. Chople Berry is like one of the best berries in the game, other than citrus. Like
it is a bit. Chople Berry does not save your Kingambit all the time.
No.
But I assume it'll save your Incineroar from a Sneasler's close combat.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Anyway, you have Intimidate because you're an Incineroar, and what are you doing if you're not intimidating someone? You have Fake Out because you're an Incineroar, and what are you doing if you're not fake outing or faking things out? Unless there's a giraffe or a Serena. Don't fake out into a giraffe or a Serena.
Please don't.
I do not do that.
I forget about the giraffe all the time.
I forget about the giraffe too. I bullet punched into a giraffe the other day.
No, I'm so sorry.
No, I aqua jetted into a giraffe. It was okay. I still won, but I did aqua jet into a giraffe. Do not do that. Anyway, we have Flare Blitz because it's an Incineroar, and I'm pretty sure all Incineroar are Flare Blitz. Throat Chop, I believe, is the flex move. It lost knockoff, so it had to find a new move.
I love Throat Chop, though, by the way. I think Throat Chop, especially in this meta, is very, very fun.
There's enough sound users that it's not bad.
Like, it stops...
you can run...
I played a game, not with this team, obviously, but with an Incineroar with Throat Chop, and I, like, stopped a KO coming from a Primarina because it was going to Sparkling Aria, and I don't think people are aware enough about how Throat Chop
Hyper
works.
Voice, but yeah.
No, they did Sparkling Aria. It was dumb.
Choice.
And Hyper Voice is the same thing though, right? But yeah, I throat chopped into the
yeah, but
Primarina
you're
and I
healing the
stopped to
birds.
knock
Don't
off.
heal the birds.
Yeah. It was so
You
funny.
could heal your birds if you're facing a Mega Skull villain.
There you
But
go.
it's a spread move, and I don't think you can target yourself.
No, but you could do your partner.
No, I'm saying it's a spread move. I'm not sure you can turn it on your partner. Can
that's
you?
fair. No, our Sparkling Arlia
I thought
is a
it heals
target.
off your part.
Is
I think
Sparkling Aria a spread move? I don't
It's a
know.
spread- it's
I've
not a
only
spread
seen
move.
Yeah, it's a
Hyper
spread move.
Voice.
No, Sparkling Aria is not a spread move. Now you're making me look. I'm pretty sure
I
it's
don't
not.
know.
I could-
Now we have
I'm
to
honestly
think
not
about
sure
it.
because I've only ever seen it use Hyper Voice. I
I don't
know
think
if
Sparkling Aria is a spread move. I don't think so.
Hold
but
on,
now
let's
you're making
see.
me. No,
Like it's
it
a
is
sound
spread-
move. It
is
would
a
make
spread move.
sense.
It's a spread move that hits your opponents.
Okay, so I don't think you can retarget
And your
into
ally.
your
And your ally, actually. It's everybody.
Oh, so yeah,
Oh,
there,
wait, never
there
mind.
you
Never
go.
mind. It's
Don't
not,
you-
wait. That's just the range.
Yeah, no, it hits. Yeah, no, it hits them all. Yeah.
It does hit everybody. Yeah.
Bulbapedia shows it hit both opponents and your ally. It's a
Oh,
sound-based
so that's why we
move,
don't use it.
and
Okay.
Yeah, you don't use it because it hits your teammate, technically, but it can heal your burns against the Mega Skull villain.
But either way, I
you're
throat chopped
really,
it and I stopped
really
it.
scared of
I
it.
stopped it.
Yeah.
I think Darkest Lariat is also a perfectly fine dark move to run on an Incineroar.
It is. It also is, but I
think
like throat chop.
it-
I
it
think
kinda
throat chop
flip-flop.
has better utility.
I think right now, sound moves from things like Gardevoir and Sylveon, which are, Floettes at home, and
Yeah, there are enough
And,
sound users out there. Come on.
For a giraffe?
Hyper Voice, Girafarig. Yeah, Giraffe, that was the big one. That's the other big one. It's like those, yeah, you can get those a lot better. There's not much Iron Defense, Body Press Pokemon yet. There's a few
No.
couple
Yeah, tell
good
that to
ones,
that
but
Husui
like,
and Gudra.
yeah, that you could have used.
I could
You
have
coulda used that.
used.
On Komodo,
used a,
you could
uh,
use it on Komodo. Stop that.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably get Aura Speared, but you could
It's
use
fine.
it.
It's
on a
fine.
Komodo.
You can use it on a Komodo.
Anyway, the last move is Parting Shot because it's an Incineroar, and it actually lost U-turn, so you don't have a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Parting Shot's the
It
better
lets you-
one for it to have kept.
Parting
Like,
Shot is the better one. Unless
Yeah.
you're facing a Hatterene, do not
Yeah.
actually do Parting Shot into the Hatterene.
If you're using
It's
Incineroar,
funny.
you're sad.
Especially
You,
turn
Don't
one.
do it. Incineroar is too much of a crutch. Stop using it.
So the fun
Speaking
part
of
about
crutches,
Hatterene,
though, I think
no, the fun part about Hatterene and Parting Shot is that it makes Hatterene use the Parting Shot if you use it into it, so it can't set up Trick Room.
Oh,
That's why
cool.
you Parting Shot the Hatterene. Do Parting Shot. Don't fake out the Hatterene. Parting Shot the Hatterene.
Good idea. No, but yeah,
But
you can use Incineroar.
Speaking
It's a good
of fake
It's a
out
good
and
Pokemon,
crutches.
obviously. Yeah, fake out and crutches. Yeah, keep going, Shark.
Here's our other big fake out user, Sneasler, running the fairly standard fake out, close combat, Dire Claw Protect. This one's running the White Herb because Focus Sash is used on Venusaur, and so that's the next best item on Sneasler because you can just close combat and get that speed boost.
I mean, I think it's the better item because then you can't get intimidated too.
Yeah.
Like an Intimidate unburdens you.
Mm-hmm.
True as well.
I think White Herb is the better item for Sneasler in most cases.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. But yeah, no, it's still Dire Claw may not be as broken as it was. It's still very good. And close combat, you got to use that to get some
Yeah.
big damage out. So yeah,
I
it's
really
still
like-
very, very good.
I guess we gave you the spiciest Pokemon on here though, and it's not Skull.
Honestly,
but
yeah, this is really the big one because this is just becoming a more anti-meta pick here
Mhm.
in Milotic, which runs competitive, which takes those Incineroar Intimidates and turns it into a massive special attack boost.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to fire off very powerful Muddy Waters.
Which is the only move it has to attack with, but yeah. Because there's no Gastrodon to soak it up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then it's running Coil, which
that's
is
great.
very
I
kind
love
of
that.
Yeah, Coil pairs well with its moves.
I love
Mhm,
Coil.
because it gives it helps Muddy Waters accuracy, it bolsters up its defense, and then as well it also runs Hypnosis, which is a nice little move that you can just shut down Pokemon. Even with the sleep nerf, it's still good.
Yeah. Sleep is still
It's just
good.
another way to
Sleep is still
Mhm.
good.
It's just like a fake out the last like 2+ turns. And then it runs recover, because if you keep coiling up and you got that stupid Spadef it could actually tank, which is not a lot of Pokemon in this format really do that tank recovery, long-term survival stuff. The recover and leftovers can really like actually win games, especially if you just coil up and be untouchable. Even Basculegion can't get you in that end game.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a fun team. I will actually make this in Pokemon Champions for myself and put the replica team in the description for everybody to also grab, so you guys can take it and try to play with it as well. If you are looking for a new team to try, maybe you haven't made it to Master Ball yet and you need a little bit of something to help you push it over the edge. I'm excited because like this has gotten me back into competitive Pokemon. I thought Pokemon Champions would, even if there was no 6v6, and I'm happy to say it has. I'm back on the wagon, folks. Thatch is coming back. But with that, everybody, we're gonna kick it on over very quickly to our mailbag. Welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag's the part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com, and we might read it on the show. Last week we asked you guys about what Pokemon game you thought you should start with, and some of you wrote into that, some of you wrote in other things. So I wanted to jump into it and get to some of these, but before I get anywhere else, I have to let everybody know that this segment of the show is brought to you by the fictional energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves. And we'll give out the Green Tauros badge to anybody we deem worthy. With that, we're going to jump into it. But before we start with the emails, I want to bring to everybody's attention the YouTube comment of the episode. Episode. It's a really good fancy sound effect we had. And it's this is from Mothmania64. I personally started with Swish when I was 11? ? Don't hurt me. Young, I know, and I don't actually think it's too bad as an introduction. It's got traditional routes and open world areas, both expanded upon with the DLC. The Galar newcomers are all great. Toxtricity, Hatterene, and Applin as some highlights. I do think that Gen 8 Pokemon are bangers. Like Gen 8 Pokemon.
Except the starters. I feel bad for people picking the starters.
The starters are like the only bad part about Gen 8. I think everything else is good.
It's okay. If you get the DLC, you can get a good starter.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And it's got enough of the old guys for nostalgia, including Vileplume. It's this guy. This is the guy. Is this the guy that's always on our Spotify commenting Vileplume? Like, Vileplume, what is it called? Propaganda? Probably. All right. Well, without further ado, I'm going to let you start, Shark. You've got this email from Brooks.
This is my first time submitting an email, and after listening to this week's topic, I like to agree. I think that a great game for new Pokemon players to start with is Fire Red, Leaf Green. It's a classic Pokemon game and can get people who mainly have only seen Pokemon from the anime or the cards.
I do think we specifically said not to do Gen 3, but that's okay. I don't know how that's agreeing with me.
Okay, actually, but it is fair. Pre-physical special split is hard.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, the Kanto-Dex is easily the most iconic of any Pokedex. I really enjoyed it and even thought it would be great for new players. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Diamond, then Platinum, which was so much better. And it wasn't great, but it did get me hooked, though. Then Platinum made me fall in love with Pokemon. Either way, any classic game is one I'd recommend. Scarlet, Violet, and Swish don't really encapsulate the Pokemon vibe as well as the other older games do. Sorry if it's long. Thanks for reading this. In parentheses, I've spent 60 hours in ZA looking for Rotom. The stupid 5-star portal won't spawn for Rotom. Sends an email 1 day later. This is 1 day later. I found Rotom and even caught a shiny. Thought I should update it.
All right. Well, thank you, Brooks. All right. Our next email is from Lisa, and I get to read this one. Hi. I was listening to your podcast, and you mentioned there are 1,000 people signed up for the VGC at the upcoming indie tournament. I tried to get a spot twice. When Indy first opened, Masters sold out within an hour, and I missed it. They released more spots, and I sat on the website at the time. They said new spots would be released, refreshing constantly. When they opened the new spots, they sold out instantly. If they opened up unlimited spots, I wonder if there would be just as many people signed up for VGC as TCG. I don't know that I believe that, because TCG suffers the same problem typically as well, where they sell out very, very quickly, especially for indie and NAIC.
Like NAIC has like what, 4,000 people and it sold out instantly. Like, it's
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, TCG suffers from the same problem as VGC. So I think TCG might still do it because TCG specifically, one is evergreen in terms of tournament size, but TCG also requires you to play in person to play the game. And VGC you can play on the internet. I do think VGC has an artificial bump right now, as it does whenever there's a new game that comes out, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that is my I read this email and I was like, these are very good points that this person is making. And I'm like, but the only thing is TCG also does the same thing. So I don't know if it's as cut and dry as we want to make it. It baffles me that they would restrict the VGC tournament so heavily when they could clearly have so many more people signed up and make more money. I'm going to push back on that comment a little bit, actually. I think the TCG will make them way more money than allowing people to play the VGC ever would. Because
VGC needs you to have like monitors, which you have to transfer in, whereas TCG, you don't have to actually have anything other than tablecloths.
Exactly.
Tables, right?
Yeah.
You have to have charger stations. You have to have Wi-Fi stations.
Yep. It's a lot.
Like, and just
yeah. Sorry, you guys.
And just people. There's people. If you leave it unrestricted, then you're just gonna have a lot of people in a little space. Even if it is a big even if it's a big arena or whatever or convention center, like you're gonna run out of space if you let it truly be unlimited.
Yeah. So while the common thought process has been TCG is way more popular, every tournament I've been in has sold out its VGC slots, and every one of those tournaments also sold out every one of its TCG slots. Just throwing that out there too. I don't think we have a really good idea of how many people would show up to VGC tournaments versus TCG, because VGC don't really get a chance to go since these slots always seem to sell out, at least recently, not just indie, which may be artificially inflated because of the first using champions.
Yeah.
Thanks for your podcast, Lisa. The thing is, it's happening on both sides, Lisa. It's happening on the TCG side and on the VGC side.
It's been happening since after COVID too.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
been
just
nuts.
how tournaments have been since COVID.
Yeah.
Is like signups go up, they're cleared out in 5 minutes.
And I'm not saying that there's more VGC players than there are that show up to the tournaments, but I believe also a larger corporation like TPCI and how they're telling their third-party companies to run regionals probably have a good handle on how many people they would actually expect to show up. So I don't know. Like, I kind of trust that process a little bit. But I think you bring up a good point that, like, there's probably more people that want to play the VGC than there actually are in the tournament numbers. And I don't disagree with you on that.
I'm curious what will happen once you can start using phones as well, because then then they need less equipment in theory.
They still need Wi-Fi though, right? Like
they do need Wi-Fi still, but like you do need less like stands and chargers. Well, I guess you still need chargers, but a USB-C. Well, they actually both use USB-Cs to charge, so I guess that doesn't even matter.
Yeah, you just basically lose the extra monitors and the Switch console and controllers, and you would just have a phone.
I haven't heard...
Which is what you use in Go, and they already have that, and that runs mostly well. So
yeah, Go is interesting.
So I haven't heard that they've done it, but I believe in the rules this year, they added like a thing where they can do rounds that are come and go as they are. Like you might not be seated for your round immediately with VGC and Go.
Interesting.
You'd have to wait for people to get up from their games beforehand, and then you get to sit down and play your game.
Interesting.
So like asynchronous rounds, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
That's
is intriguing.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I haven't heard of them actually doing it. I just know they added it to the rules.
Yeah.
Not for TCG though. There are way too many
Go
TCG
makes
players
sense
to do that.
because Go is bracket
Go is
style.
quick, right? Like Go is fairly quick.
Like it could be it could be fairly quick, but also just like with the fact that it's a bracket style and double elimination, you have you can have certain matches go fairly quickly if people are there. You go like
I assume
2-0.
Go doesn't do brackets the entire time though, right? They have Swiss rounds, I would think.
Nope.
They bracket.
It's just never been Swiss. It is true.
Wow.
It is a true double elimination.
No thanks.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's not the long part is the waiting and just making, and especially if you're in that double, like in the losers bracket, because you never know when your opponent's going to come in, and it just the syncing it all up. It just kind of go just as they're able to get the match is complete, then they'll just fire off. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, you're in the next round, you got to keep going, or you lose and you have to wait a while before the next person comes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you again, Lisa. That was a lot of discussion, Lisa. You're in that running now for that Green Tauros badge. But with that, we're going to go on to the next email. This one's from Gigasaurus Games, and Sigma, you've got this one.
Hello, Puckle crew. While I liked a lot of the suggestions voted for getting people into Pokemon today, I wanted to suggest my hot take that wasn't even considered and denied. BDSP.
Denied.
Just
Denied. If Thatch likes the game, it doesn't mean that it's like the best game, okay?
As a Switch game, it can easily be played without needing to find deprecated hardware or alternate means of acquisition. It also doesn't suffer from the performance issues that plague Scarlet and Violet.
That's true. Well, yeah.
So buying a Switch 2 isn't required. I would also argue that BDSP has more satisfying story than Sword and Shield.
That's true. Yeah.
Particularly,
so far there's facts. Facts. Everything so far has been a fact. I'll put an asterisk that it did while BDSP did not have performance issues, it had weird quirks to say the least.
I think the gym leaders are too hard.
First patch.
The gym leaders are too hard.
I was thinking about like the barrel going out into the void glitches that you could do in the very, very early patches of the game.
I mean, you can't get to those anymore, so it's fine.
Yeah, they've patched that out, so I would go back to
they patched that out in the Day Zero patch. Like that was not meant to see the light of day. But.
No, that Day Zero patch did not work well. No.
Particularly if someone who is used to world-ending threats in JRPGs. I don't know what you're talking about. Rose was very concerned about those world-ending threats. Unlike Gen 7, BDSP has gyms and plays like a typical Pokemon game. It also allows players to discover both traditional random encounters and newer visible encounters, courtesy of the underground, serving as a good bridge to both older and newer generations. It also avoids the trouble of dealing with HMs with the change to the Poketch. And most important, TMs are easy to get multiple copies of. Fair.
Yeah.
I would say BDSP is harder because I think when compared to Gen 7, because Gen 7 was just the unlimited TM. BDSP was limited TMs and you had to go search for them.
Yeah, but they give you like 3 at a time, so it wasn't a huge deal. Yeah. Like gym leaders would hand you 3. It's like, oh yeah, you beat me here, 3. You can try out my move and not feel bad about giving it to a Pokemon because you want to give it to something else later. Also, you could just go to the department store and buy all the best moves in the game, which is really cool because you don't have to grind for it in Game Corner.
Well, Game Corner grinding is the worst as somebody who's playing Fire Red.
I went up and bought all the coins I needed for my Porygon, and then I did it for a Pinsir too because
I caught multiple Scythers. It was really nice, actually.
I was like, do I want to go catch this last Safari Pokemon? And I'm like, nah, I'll just go buy one. I got the other rares. I didn't bother with
I
the
wanted the
picks.
Safari Ball flex so that I can bring that to I can bring it to Pokemon Champions at some point.
Nice. Mega Scizor and a Safari
Yeah,
Ball.
exactly.
That's the flex.
All right. While playing, it benefits from having a set of 3 starters that are all good in-game playthroughs. This is actually true. I
The
think
starters in Gen 4 are very solid.
they all work perfectly adequately for the story.
Mhm.
Unlike Gen 1 where Charmander's hard mode.
Yes.
Or Gen 2 where Chikorita is hard mode.
Yes.
And it offers both modern movesets and modern mechanics, unlike Gen 3 games. The Pokemon selection is also quite wide once the player reaches Eterna City and gets access to the underground. And modern experience growth makes it easy to try lots of different Pokemon without falling behind the level curve. Finally, the early gyms are relatively easy to handle with the tools the player acquires early, especially since Chimchar evolves early, which makes it a good intro early on. But it still offers a challenge to the player in the endgame, with the tricked out Elite Four and Champion, offering fun playtime for both casual and serious RPG players. I look forward to hearing you all tear apart these arguments, and I hope you all have a great day. Gigasaurus Games!
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Well,
I mean, that was a pretty good market case for sure.
you know what? Gigasaurus doesn't typically change my mind, and he did today. So he can get the Green Tauros badge. He has earned it.
And should get a job in publicity.
Yeah.
Counterpoint.
He also agreed with
BDSP
me. He also agreed with me that BDSP is a good game. So
if BDSP is your first game, that means you don't get to play through it with Jirachi or Mew.
ooh, that's not good.
Right? I think that's the selling point.
Probably the most counterpoint. And everything up until the last paragraph, I could have argued that was the same thing for Let's Go. Up until challenging Elite Four. And I'm like, yeah, no.
The Elite Four kicks your butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're trying to get the serious RPGers, yeah, you BDSP, that'll get you for sure.
Yeah. All right.
So,
well,
yeah.
Gigasaurus, you get that Green Tauros badge. And if you want to keep up with us throughout the week, the best way to do so is to come to our Discord at puclpodcast.com. You can email us next week at puclpodcast@gmail.com and let us know what you think is the best mega in Pokemon Champions. And of course, if you want to follow us on social media, you can over at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky. Additionally, you can follow us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepuclpodcast, where I'm going to stream to release our merch this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, you can also follow us over on YouTube as well at youtube.com/puclpodcast, where we also stream and we put out video versions of the podcast. You can follow us over on over there. And then if you want to help support the show, the best way to do so is to go to our Patreon, where you can get ad-free versions of the podcast at patreon.com/puclpodcast. And hopefully soon we'll get one of those game corners up. I think Shark has a whole show written and we just haven't done it yet. So we're going to get to that soon. But with that, guys, I have been Trainer Thatch.
I've been R Sigma.
And I've been Sharkfinnigan.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.